Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to Teen Magic Academy. Hey, SJ, you are the Mr. Work of this particular fantasy island. So why don't you go ahead and tell us what's going to happen?
This is Kids on Brooms. It's a spinoff of Kids on Bikes. This is the game we're playing. Pretty simple system, not too bad. You basically have a stat per die. So far, this is episode 2 of probably a 3-episode series, and like part 28,
I think so.
something like that, of the sessions we've run. So a lot's happened. Uh, Blood cultists mainly, as it seems to be the main issue. Every now and again, some hags or bullies, whatever. But right now everything's fine. They survived the blood moon. That's passed. There's not another one till 2025, which I think is like your third year. So you guys have plenty of time. You're fine. Um, but yeah, I am the narrator, SJ, and we'll start as usual, probably with Kels.
Yep, I'm Misha _lesson3 here on Twitch. I am playing Kels. She's the reluctant oracle trope. She has the highest brains, loves the library, hates everyone breaking the rules all the time, is a little traumatized right now from the blood moon stuff, but it's probably fine. Tough.
All right, and I am 98 Tough Love, Tough Torfelton, some other variety of nickname. I am playing Maisie or Z. Z is the charismatic slacker trope. Is just, is here for a good time, chilling. Maybe got held back a year, and has kind of just officially met everybody. So is just adjusting to the group and making friends by venturing too close to the forest. And they're probably gonna encourage everybody to break the rules, so sorry, Kels. Not sorry. This is for making me get math homework or potions homework. Go, Sin.
Hi, I'm Sin or Sinful__potato here on this Twitch platform. I am playing Aspen, who is the haughty descendant. Her family owns the Wisteria Everheart Sanctuary for magical creatures. She grew up around magical creatures, possibly can be confused with a magical creature, who knows. Currently has positive house plans, which is great, and wants to keep it that way and hopefully get more so that her prefect and house people will be happy and whatnot. Also, low-key ghosting some of her house friends because terrified of the consequences from the break with Emmy. Yeah. Gustav.
Hello, I'm Twi'lek and I'm playing Gustav. I would say that at the moment, Gustav's main fear is that in Legend of Zelda, when there's a blood moon, all the enemies reset, which could be problematic. Phineas, you're up.
Okay. Phineas doesn't know what Zelda is. Yeah, Zero, Michael, whatever. I am playing Phineas, who is, he's kind of a weird kid, a little bit. But also master tactician, the diplomat of the group, and the only one who isn't in with the mob, basically. I can't remember now. Aspen, I don't think that you're technically in with Sammy the Bull Gravano, but you have gotten very close to putting a Pegasus head in people's beds, so I think that counts. So Phineas is the best.
Yeah, I'm sure there's some mixed opinions on that, depending who you ask in the school, for sure.
Yeah, depends on taste, whether they're good people. I don't think Mr. Lum thinks Phineas is the best, but he's awful, and he deserves what he gets.
Sure. So we'll just start off normal school day. You guys are back to your classes. Kels is excited. Wants to be distracted, get right back into the swing of things with schoolwork. So we'll just do a regular day one school day. which you guys don't have with Maisie. You guys don't have any classes with her today until Charms, and that's it. So, but yeah. So overview of magic. Did you guys go to bed at a reasonable time? I know a lot of y'all stayed up all night the night before, and then
Yeah,
didn't
we were
go to
pretty
bed.
fucked out.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
it was sleep time.
Fair enough. So in your class, Silent comes a little late, but he's there. Nothing too crazy. Physical education comes after. Anybody? Cool.
Well, I will remind Gustav that he needs to test again for his flying permit.
I do. I believe those were scheduled at some point.
Yeah, we'll say there's a test on Friday for people that want to take their flying permit.
Lovely. And are we allowed to
Yes,
practice
I
in
want to
PE?
try that.
You guys are probably doing something in physical
Okay.
education, but in flying club, you're more than welcome to.
Okay.
And then Thursday, you guys will probably do a dry run. Hells. Professor Harding does pull you aside. She's like, "Hey, everything okay? I heard what happened. Is your mom okay?"
Yeah, everyone's fine. I think the house had a hole and started on fire. But it's all right.
Okay.
She call you?
Not exactly. Why did she say something?
No.
Okay, glad everything's all right. Hopefully nothing a little magic can't fix. Yeah, go do more drills.
Okay.
Maisie
So-
is in your next class. Well, actually, you guys have lunch next. So do you guys do anything at lunch?
Well, I suppose we should discuss what our
mean-
next caper is, right?
Please, no more capers. We have so many capers.
Well, we have to
I'm
have
not
a
even in the
caper.
Caper Club.
What, Gustav?
I'm not even in the Caper Club.
No, not that. Our next, what's another word? Adventure. Plot,
Adventure.
plan, contribution to society.
Escapade.
Yes. I assume we've swarmed wherever Z is or dragged
Yeah,
Z
like I
over
think
to our
it's
table.
probably meandered over to you guys. Sorry, I'm late. I was in the bathroom.
Hopefully the
bathroom.
right one.
You and Aspen are remarkably alike. Anyway, no, we were just discussing, Z, that we always have, something going on. Otherwise, it's just very class after class. So we've done some matchmaking. We've done some fundraising. Well, we do need to raise funds for those special magical classes things or whatever they are. For Tim.
For who?
Tim, our friend Tim.
What kind of special classes?
They allow you to see into the other world.
Oh.
They're
Spooky. Are we still on
spinning.
the horror theme? Is that what this is?
Oh, I don't think we have any choice. But no, this is more about doing good for a friend. But apparently we need to raise a lot of money. Ooh, we could take a trip. Dig up some hangman's gold. That should be sufficient. I mean, I think that one coin was worth something like 200 of whatever currency it is. So I think we would only need, I don't know, 1,000.
Where is the hangman's gold buried?
Oh, barrows here and there.
Have you even sold one of those coins?
No, I think I held on to the hangman's coin. I think I sold a few of the regular gold ones. Or one of them, or something. I don't know. I still don't understand money. Anyway, but we're going to need a lot of it.
What if
Yeah.
we asked permission and it was a school trip? We could get a teacher to take us.
Go find Hangman's gold.
Yes,
For some reason, all the teachers always do whatever Phineas wants.
it's true.
Quite strange.
Well,
Okay.
it could be a good outing for defense against the dark magic stuff because there's going to be a lot of that sort of thing guarding it. Probably, maybe, who knows? So there's that. So we could talk to Professor Ames. And Professor Levi is already invested in ensuring that Tim gets the glasses things. So that's a worthy project. It's a worthy caper. Raise money to help a friend in need. And
I'm
then,
just here for the ride.
and then with any extra proceeds, we can purchase the Blu-ray of the Nightmare on Elm Street series. It's
Do you
about
have a Blu-ray player?
oh. I just assumed it was some sort of crystal that gave off Blu-rays that let you see whenever the movie was. Oh,
No, I don't think that's how that works.
oh. Well,
I
I heard
think
I heard the Nightmare on Elm Street is really wonderful. It's about a
lasers?
nightmare that lives on Elm Street with a lot of other magical creatures, and they all have fun and hijinks together.
I don't think it's about horses at all.
Well, what
Then
else
why
would
would
it be
it
about?
have mare in the
Yeah.
title?
It's like the dream thing.
The dream thing.
Yeah, like a nightmare, like a scary dream.
No. Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it's like
You
alive.
can't
or
have a
something.
scary dream on a street. That's just silly. They're intangible.
No, like it becomes a physical manifestation of a dream or something.
Oh, is that
That's
making your
just
dreams come
silly.
true? That's wonderful. How uplifting.
No, there were scary dreams.
What
We
if
don't
I
want
d- what if-
scary dreams to come true.
What if I dream about a lovely little nightmare that lives on a wonderful street with white picket fences and all sorts of other little animals? Then it
Well,
becomes
that's
true.
not what this movie is about. This movie is about Kels doesn't actually know what Nightmare on Elm Street is about.
See, you don't even know.
Exactly.
It'd be fine.
Yes. But that's
Daisy, you don't
secondary.
know where you could get Hangman's coins, but you do know, or you're pretty sure you think, you know, someone that could get their hands on the glasses that they're talking about. Probably.
You know, I mean, not that it's not like a totally cool idea to like get teachers to take us to go dig up money so that we can buy this thing, but what if we just like knew somebody that could get this for us?
You mean like Professor Levi?
No.
Is it Sammy?
Yeah, how'd you know?
Listen, Z. Wait, are you like friends with him?
I mean, we're buddies. Like, he was in my year last year, so I know him.
Okay.
It's not like
So
my
you know,
best
like-
friend.
He's very transactional.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you know, you kind of gotta be when you got stuff, you know, because otherwise people just, like, take advantage of you, so you gotta protect your assets, you know?
Why?
Well, because otherwise people just take them.
Well, what if they need them?
Well, I don't know. Look, I'm not really capable of moral quandaries.
I think everyone's capable of moral quandaries.
Not right now. Look, all I'm saying
Are
is
you not feeling well?
I feel great.
Oh, okay. Press X to doubt.
I'd like to see you try.
I
Hey, you're more
cannot.
than welcome to roll.
Yeah, like please feel welcome to. No, look,
Someday I'll figure this puzzle out about why all my friends are acting weird.
it's definitely not because they're lying.
Well, your dad, when you guys went over the the visions with him, he pointed out in a lot of your visions, like, oh, that's weed, that's this drug, that's all the nymph drugs.
Hey, tough, roll charm. I got an exploding die thing going on, so I have a chance.
I got a 16.
I got a 17. No, 18 with my stat.
Man.
So you're like, okay, she feels great, but something, like, you can't tell what's going on, but you're like, this doesn't make sense. Why can't she make a moral quandary? And then she's feeling great. What is that?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Yeah, what does
what
that
kind
mean?
of comment even is that? And you start to put together a few little, so you start working it out that
yeah,
We're
I'll work it
getting
out.
there.
yeah.
We'll burn through this the rest of the day in between classes.
Yeah. No, look, the point of the story is that there's a much easier way to get this stuff instead of trying to go to adults who are probably going to be like, why do you even need this? We can do a different thing, you know?
But we've already told Professor Levi about it, and he didn't seem to be against it. His only concern was that it might be difficult and we might require some money.
Well, if we don't need money, we can just ask Sammy. I mean, look, all I'm saying is it doesn't hurt to check your options, and you could at least hear him out.
Sure, why not?
I
Because
haven't
no
had
one's
the
told
greatest
Phineas anything about Sammy.
experiences.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, just make a list of all the stuff you guys want.
Yeah, we can just give it to him.
I think it was the glasses. What was it? There was something else yesterday or last night you guys talked about wanting. But I'm forgetting now.
Movies.
Movies.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah,
NIMP equipment.
movies, a way to
NIMP
Yeah,
play
NIMP
movies.
equipment, NIMP movies, yeah.
movies. So we don't have to watch the wizarding version of the same movie.
Yes. And we need what was I reading? An MP4 player. So that we can test different types of music and see how people respond on the basis of your vision.
Oh, that's right.
Oh. Right, like a phone that can play. Right. Maybe
Yeah.
there's a spell that can do that.
We should learn a spell that allows you to play whatever music's in your head.
That sounds awful.
No, it
And
sounds
great.
wonderful.
Depends on the
Calder, wouldn't that be
song.
wonderful if you learned a spell that allowed you to just create the music that's in your head and your heart and express it? Yes. We should do that.
Soul
Then we
music.
can give a concert as a fundraiser for the Glasses for Tim. See, it all comes together.
That really assumes that you're good at translating music from your head into an audible sound that's nice.
I'm sure we'll be wonderful.
Like, are you sure? Because it feels like it'd be hard to like make sure all the notes are correct when you're just like thinking it, you know? That's why
It's
an
all
instrument
fun and
has
games.
You just gotta like relax and just let it like flow through your mind, you know? Just don't think about it. Just let it happen.
Sure.
It's all fun and games
Hmm.
until you start thinking about baby shark cat.
I don't know what that means. Sounds ominous, though. There can be no downside. This is the perfect plan. But we will have to come up with some sort of disguise for ourselves so that when we become famous, we can do things like, I don't know, change our hat or put on or take off glasses or something. And then no one at school will know that we're actually the world famous band that made a bunch of money and then donated it all to buy some used equipment for a friend.
Aren't there like famous kids that go here too?
Oh, yes. Zai.
Yeah.
And soon to be. Has his girlfriend started yet? I haven't seen her around.
Not until next semester.
Ah. Maybe that's why he's been so out of sorts. You know, he's kind of like you a little bit. Just seems a bit out of
Oh,
it.
really?
Seems a bit out of it. And then when you ask him, he's like, no, everything's fine. I just assumed that he's been pining for his girlfriend.
Oh, I don't have one of those. But yeah,
Mm.
I don't know. I'm just chill. That's
Well, you're
all.
friends with Mateo, right?
Yeah.
Well, he spends a lot
I
of
mean, I
time with
know him.
Mateo. So maybe he's been confiding in Mateo.
Mm.
I'm just saying children sometimes aren't as good as they should be at articulating their feelings. So he might be going through it a bit, feeling a bit of loneliness.
That sucks.
Yes. He certainly hasn't been cleaning his room. There's all sorts of strange smells coming out of it.
Oh, that's kind of gross.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say anything.
Why?
Does it
Have you been
Flash
spoken
cut
for
to
like the
Maisie's room that's like stuffed with like snacks and empty wrappers and garbage.
does it smell like the third floor girls' bathroom?
What?
Size room.
I don't know, does it? Having been to college,
Sure.
right? I've been to college. I've been in dorms where people think that they're being all sly, and it's super obvious. It's like,
You
no,
don't
I
have
think
to tell the
maybe,
law enforcement person.
maybe I don't know. Maybe he's keeping a pet skunk or something in his room. I don't know. It's just this vague off smell.
He uses way too much cologne too.
Mm. It's like patchouli, really?
Mm.
Ugh. So yeah,
Listen.
something like that. Not quite as not as that was very strong. But there is something
Yeah.
sauerkraut-ish about it. Gustav?
So
I love and respect Sammy a lot, but I really need to knuckle under and be more studious. So, Kels, why don't you show me where to find the spell in the library is? And Phineas, you can accompany Maisie and Aspen to see Sammy.
Sure. Have I met Sammy before?
I don't think so.
Hmm.
I think only Kels and Gustav.
Cool.
He's really easy to find. Just step into an alcove and ask the person there.
Ah,
Maisie will know how to find his people.
yeah, I know where to find him. All right.
Right. So what
Cool.
are who's all the group going to see Sammy?
I think it's me, Aspen, and Phineas.
Okay, and then Kels and Gustav, you guys are just like, nope, we've had previous dealings, we're good.
Yeah.
People who have
Kels
met
is
him.
We have an established relationship.
yeah. I don't know if it was the best one. Where did Gustav leave off on it? Did you
He was a little
finish?
annoyed that Gustav brought in you guys with when he explicitly told him not to tell anybody what he was doing. But in the end,
Yeah.
you got what he wanted, because that's when you guys stole stuff from Professor Levi's room.
Yeah.
you
Where I
guys?
was all
You
like, I don't
guys?
want to get involved.
Just one person.
Yeah. No, I had to get
No,
involved because
that
he didn't know how to
counts.
pick a
Yeah.
lock.
Oh, okay. So
So I
Just
picked
two
the
people.
lock for him real quick, and then we ran for it.
yeah.
Because I was all like, I don't want to get involved, but then Gustav's all like, uh-oh, I'm in
Okay.
trouble.
Luckily, the
I helped
hags
him out.
covered your tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Through the series
You're
of everyone
welcome.
loses their memory. Did we lose our memory of that? Or was that after?
No, I think it was after.
Okay. At any rate, yeah, no, Kels is good. General feelings of guilt all up in there. So we're going to the library. Kels and Gustav are going to the library to look up stuff in a book.
Okay. All right, so you guys, Maisie and then the gang, go to find one of Sammy's guys in an alcove, naturally. Go up to talk to him. He nods at you, Maisie, recognizing you.
Hey. Hey, we were looking to talk to Sammy about maybe helping us find some stuff. Do you know where he's at?
You got stuff to offer? Not gonna waste his time, are you?
I ain't gonna waste his time. Look, just trust me, all right? I know what I'm doing, man.
All right. He will nod and take you to a separate alcove, a more alcovey alcove.
The most
Or
alcovious
Sammy, yeah, the
alcove.
most alcoviest alcove of all the alcoves. Leads you down.
Alcoveception. It's an alcove within an
Yeah.
alcove.
Yeah.
And there's probably a small like storage closet that happens to not be used that they've found and commandeered and made into a little office for Sammy. And he's in there. So he'll do a little knock on the door, like, "Hey, boss, they said they're looking for some stuff." Like, "Oh, Maisie, yeah, come in, come in."
Yeah. Hey,
Of
Sammy,
course.
how's it going?
How is it going, Maisie?
Oh, we're just doing great, you know. I made some new friends. This is Aspen, and Phineas. And they're trying to help out a friend of theirs get these like special glasses or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
We were wondering if you could hook us up.
Okay, can you describe the glasses?
They are a device commonly used by Spinet, and I suppose anyone else who investigates the supernatural and strange. They grant the wearer, if indeed they are glasses, who knows, they might be something else, some sort of ocular device that allows one to perceive ghosts, spirits, the dearly departed, ethereal entities.
Okay. I can look into that for you, but gonna need something from you. I've got a long list of things I need. If you don't mind.
Oh, sort of like a favor for a favor.
Exactly.
Mm.
There's things I need that I can't get that you can get and
Really,
help
like
me
what?
get. And then things I can get that you can't get.
Oh, possibly.
Well, I've heard your group ventured into the Forbidden Forest quite a few times.
A few
Come out
times, yes.
unscathed.
Yeah, well,
Seem well
except for someone being
versed
very
in that
trigger
area.
happy with an ice spell.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. She totally almost iced you.
All right. Well, I've got some ingredients that only grow in the forest that you could perhaps help me gather. There's also some creatures that I'm looking for that we need for a certain potion, but the difficulty is can't really see them. So you would need to involve or find some way to be able to see them to catch them. See what else. Oh, don't you hang out with that studious girl?
Else?
Studious girl. Oh,
Yeah, yes, Miss Michaels. So
Yeah.
test answers are also useful. I've got some people in some of her classes that wouldn't mind her giving some signals during a test or quiz.
pardon me, Sammy. I'm very new to alcove speak, but it seems like all of the things that you're asking involve breaking rules.
I suppose. Is that a problem? I thought your group was well versed in breaking rules.
Well, Aspen is just barely off of nearly being expelled for punching people in the face multiple times. Haven't sent her to anger management yet, which is amazing. And Kels is very averse to breaking rules. Just sort of naturally, I think it's part of her
I think she's
constitution.
broken rules before. Got it on good authority. She's done it more than once.
Well, and I myself, well, I wouldn't look when people's lives are at stake. Rules don't seem to matter as much, but I'm not just going to go out and break rules for no reason.
I think you have a reason. You're helping a friend. me and the little friend you need the glasses for.
Oh, I suppose that's true. And it is very important to our friend.
Look, we just gotta not get caught. It's that easy.
Oh, but we've been caught every single time.
Well, then don't get caught this time. Or, just smooth talk your way out of it. I mean, I've gotten out of so many bad situations by just talking.
So, Sammy, what do you do? I don't see you in class. Well, I mean, I wouldn't see you in class because we're in different years, but I don't see you much around campus.
You're a busy guy. A lot of people want to see me, like yourself.
Oh. Oh, so this is like a business for you.
You could say that.
Mm.
Doing favors for friends, they do favors for me. Everyone benefits.
I suppose. It's a bit of a foreign concept. I'm a little bit more of the, well, not myself, obviously, but just my upbringing is a bit more like, give us what we want or we'll curse your village sort of situation.
Yeah, see, I'm a little more understanding and nice,
Well, I suppose it'd be helpful to know if the item that we need would allow us to see the creatures that you're looking for.
No.
Oh. Or if there's some other item that generally reveals the hidden that would satisfy both your needs and ours.
Aspen, give me a brains roll related to creatures.
It's either 11 or a 10.
Oh, I guess I should have put a difficulty on it. Let me check the difficulty thing. Yeah, I'll give it to you. Okay, so you know that the creatures you're pretty sure he's describing are no-see-ums, and that you remember Coda and his familiar, his service familiar, could probably sense and know where they're at by using its abilities. As a reminder, he is blind, so he uses a service dog sort of familiar that can send out pulses, and when he touches it, he can kind of see, kind of in like the Daredevil-esque way. So that's one option that you know of, specifically Aspen, just from your knowledge of creatures.
Well, I suppose you should provide us with a list of what it is you're looking for, and then we'll investigate and see if there's a plausible way that we can satisfy your requirements.
Sounds good. Why don't you provide me a list of your own, unless the glasses are the only thing you're looking for. Depending how many things you get me, reflect how much I get you.
Well, it's a question, but that's the primary aim, is to find a way to acquire the glasses.
I'll take out a piece of paper and write down all of the stuff that they've been talking about and pass it over.
Okay. He's like, all right. Let me look at this list, see how difficult it is for me to be able to get this stuff first. I'll see what I could do. If you want to check in probably after dinner.
We can do that.
Great. All right.
Thanks,
He's wondering why
Sammy.
you're still here.
You're the man. Let's go,
Horsey.
guys.
See another kid waiting outside looking nervous, waiting
Like,
to see Sammy.
clap the kid on the shoulder and be like, "You're gonna be just fine, man. You're all good." And then like shove him in, close the door, and walk away.
Well, I don't know about that.
What?
Well, it just seems odd.
That he wants a favor for a favor, or what?
And that all the favors involve breaking the rules.
Well, yeah, if it didn't involve breaking the rules, he wouldn't need help with the favors. He could just like ask somebody or get it himself.
Well, I was just thinking, like, Kels is very smart and knows many things, and the favor, why isn't the favor, some of her time to help to tutor children who might be falling behind? Certainly that would be more effective at helping them actually learn and pass their courses.
Z is like this slow, gradual, like bursting into like just laughing like super hard. Like that's not the kind of like look. Sammy can do some charitable work for people that he cares about, but he doesn't care about anybody that much to want to pay for somebody to tutor.
But you
his
also know that
kids.
that's not what other kids want, and a lot of
Yeah,
things
like
he
in
needs
other
are
kids. Yeah, trying not to throw Sammy under the bus.
I don't know. It just seems like,
To be fair,
yes.
what he's asking of us to do would be cheaper than buying the glasses ourselves.
And probably
that sense,
easier
it's
than
better.
organizing an entire school trip to go look for gold that we might not even be able to sell. So,
Oh, I am assured that there are collectors who would pay a pretty penny for a stack of Hangman's gold. Well, and then, of course, there's the magical energies diffused in the curse that folks might want to study. So,
I mean,
I don't know. It just seems like the entire thing is organized around crime.
that's maybe
granted,
like a
he does
harsh word for it.
He does appear to have a mob of friends, so I can't doubt his services. But I don't know, it just seems off somehow to me.
I don't know what to tell you. This is probably just, gonna be the easier route.
We should talk about it as a group.
Oh, great. I can't wait to hear what Kels has to say about this.
you guys got. You don't have much time, but you have a little bit of time
Yeah.
before.
Well, look,
you have to go to your next class.
We can't go off making deals that would implicate other people in anything shady.
Well, we never said that Kels has to provide cheating answers for the tests.
I know.
Just the more that we do for Sammy, the more we get out of him is all that
it's true.
is.
But our choices have consequences on our friends. And I can't imagine that Kels or Gustav would run off and make arrangements for things like that would then complicate our lives, and we should return the favor.
If you're sure about that, I
Be
mean,
open and
we can talk
forthright.
to him. That's fine.
Well, I think Gustav and Kels are very, very much value transparency and honesty.
Yeah, me too.
Good. So we talk about it at dinner.
Okay, so you're not going to talk about it in Charms in your next class?
Or in Charms, sure. Well, I figure we're studying in Charms, right?
Yeah.
Unless it's like, we're all at a table doing a project and it makes sense for us to be talking.
You guys do sit together at the same table, except for Z. Z is at. Yeah, far away.
I think I'm at the table like the next table over, if I remember the seating chart right.
Yeah, you're across the casting space.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be a bit of a...
right, those Charms.
So yes, I
You
will.
guys,
I will lay it out for Gustav and Kels.
Z is sleeping on the other side of the room.
Including my, like, it seems like it's some sort of organization around rule breaking. Like, it's very structured rule breaking. We break rules, they break
Yes.
rules, like breaking rules for each other sort of situation.
Listen. The less I know about anything, the better. So you can do whatever you want. And I'm just going to pretend I didn't hear any of what we just talked about.
No, but our choices reflect upon you because we're friends. Have we learned nothing from the possession situation where we just ran off and sort of tossed the rules out the window?
Yeah. So I feel like I learned something, and that's like maybe I shouldn't break the rules.
Right.
So then why did you come to me to say let's break a lot of rules?
Well, I'm not proposing that we do. I was just sharing my experience with you. Well, you have had dealings with Sammy before, and so I thought maybe you didn't realize that apparently this is a sort of situation where everyone's breaking the rules all the time.
No, I was actually kind of aware of that like when it happened, but we were a little bit of in a time crunch due to needing to go into the woods because we need that potion because of the visions and stuff.
Okay,
It was like the first week of school.
sure. Okay.
Maybe even the third day before we knew any spells, and we just ran into the woods to go get 2K. Remember that?
I mean, vaguely, yes.
That's why there was.
So
that's why we had to go to Sammy. There
don't
was,
break rules unless there's a reason, is what you're saying.
unless you're trying to save a friend from something dangerous.
Or help a friend from something depressing and sad.
Yeah, which is why I'm not telling you to stop doing this. I'm just saying, like, don't tell me why you're doing it. I need plausible deniability.
All right. Phineas notes. The order chaos little thing above Kels's head kind of ticks towards chaos. Interesting. It's unexpected.
Phineas and Kels give me a charm roll difficulty 5.
Oh. I mean, it's possible.
Well, you also get a +1 for your
Yep.
first year.
Oop.
I got
Oop,
an
oop.
11.
Okay, you're good.
Another
Phineas.
another exploding die.
This is
15.
just for when Miss Hart comes around, Professor
Yeah.
Hart comes around. You guys can quickly shift topics to
Yeah.
what's
15.
you're supposed
Yeah.
to be doing. That way you don't lose any house points. Z, on the other hand, who's asleep over on the table. Actually, who's sitting at your table? Okay. Okay. Jace nudges you as soon as Professor Hart looks like she's coming around so that you're not asleep.
Yep, I'm awake. Yeah, we're good.
Casey, who is you've come to know as a very competitive, high-strung Calatog, is not very happy with you sleeping because he wants to be the best at whatever you guys are doing. So
And 60/40 is a werewolf.
It's fine. I don't care.
Well, I think we should consult Professor Levi.
No. 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 You
But
don't
that's
talk
what
to
we were
teachers.
But that's what we were supposed to do.
Oh my god. So
it'd be a very
Aspen.
different session if you guys rat on Sammy's operation to a professor.
Aspen, what have you gotten in trouble? What's gotten you in the most trouble among all the other students?
talking about the thing that happened at the not hospital but the museum.
Yeah, because you snitched on somebody who was helping us. If Sammy's trying to help you and is rule breaking and you go tell a teacher about it, that's snitching and that's bad. Socially speaking.
Yes. It's very bad. And then you get pranked on for like months after, and even though when you go tell someone, it just makes it worse. And then you get socially shunned. And then even your house people don't like you because they know you as the thing and whatnot, and then they push you into the boys' bathroom, and then, you know, all that fun stuff. And start oversharing way too much right now.
But no rules have been broken. We've just had a conversation.
All right, so what?
Because you know Sammy values discretion.
Yeah.
So does Gustav. And Z, of course, but Z's not at the table.
What?
And you know he has
would
connections, so it would not be paid to make him angry.
Yeah. Like what exactly would you say to Professor Levi?
I would simply say that we had found a potential way of getting what we were looking to get, and then seek his wise counsel, because he's told us that if anything comes up that involves rule breaking, we should consult with him.
Okay. All right. I'm going to shortcut this conversation. This is what it's going to be like. He's going to be like, "Oh, how would you get the glasses?" And you'd be all like, "Oh, we were just going to do someone some favors and we would get the glasses." And he'd be like, "Who's that someone who has those glasses? They're very expensive. There's no way you know anyone who could afford those." And then he gets Sammy's name, and then you'd be hounded for the next 3.5 years by all the people Sammy knows who have favors that they owe him to beat you up. Professor Levi is going to say it's a bad idea. Just imagine if I was Professor Levi. It's like the same thing. It'd be someone looking disapproving and saying, maybe you shouldn't do that.
But if you were Professor Levi, you would be urging me to do the right thing.
Yeah, which is to not do crimes.
Yes.
Kels, give me a
Okay.
crit roll.
Cool. I got worked up. Oh, these dice today. 13.
Okay, do you want to have the vision now or hold off?
You know what? I am angry enough that we're just going to grab a sheet of paper while glaring at Phineas and then have the vision.
Okay. Give me a brains roll.
I have enough sense to just be like, I'm done with this conversation. That is a 13. Would it be beneficial if I went up a little?
No. Okay. All right, you have a vision of a little doll that's all like stitched up and it has crazy hair.
Cool. Look at that for a minute with our table at Charms. And go, well, I don't know what that has to do with this.
Looks like Phineas.
Phineas,
Yes.
did your grandmother, ever make a doll of you?
Oh, I'm sure. She made lots of them. She never made one out of me. But she might still have them. Who knows? You know, bit of blood, bit of spit, bit of hair, bit of nail. Burnt. Mixed with graveyard dust and wax. Tallow from a dead man. And then placed into the heart of a doll for sympathetic magic.
How would you know? Because she can make people forget things, right?
Maybe.
I wonder if there are dolls of all of us. She was in the school for a week.
Probably. That's probably the first thing I would have done, would be to gather samples. I certainly haven't, though, gathered samples of anyone. Because that would
that
be
you
wrong.
remember.
Because it would be wrong. It would be wrong
Just
to
like doing crimes.
It would be wrong to plan ahead, and anyone who was in any way difficult to, I don't know, sneak into the locker room, pick some hairs out of their comb, or anything like that.
This is getting more specific as you're going on. You literally have a list.
Of people who we will work to save, yes.
And then the other list.
Well, that's by implication.
I see.
There's not a list of people that we, it's just that they're not on the list of people that we will do our darndest to save. It's fine. So what you're suggesting is I should talk to Professor Levi, but be circumspect.
No, you should not talk to him at all about anything involving Sammy.
What if we could find a legitimate way to go into the forest?
We have other interests. Weren't we just saying that we need to go in there to hunt coins?
There might be some there.
You
Oh,
can
and if
just
Granny's
come up
hut
with
is one,
another
they're gonna-
interest.
and we have eyewitness accounts that Granny's hut might be there. And who better to investigate Granny's hut than us?
I can think of a lot of people better suited to investigate Granny's hut than us, but listen, just find a different interest that is not related to anything Sammy asked that happens to be in the same area. If you're going to talk to Professor Levi about anything,
Granny's
you
hut.
leave Sammy's name out of your mouth or anything about that conversation, because I guarantee it would be unpleasant.
You mean people
He
will
finds
people
out.
will treat us poorly for no reason? Sort of like now.
Sort of like now? Okay.
Yes.
Kels redoubles her effort on the charms classwork and thus ignoring the rest of the conversation.
Fine.
Aspen, Z, what do you two think we should do? Since
Z is not at your table.
Yeah, Z's on the other side of the room.
I sort of look plaintively over at Z. Aspen, what do you think we ought to do? Since Kels and Phineas are arguing in a deadlock, I think you're the tiebreaker.
Calder is silent. He definitely went with Kels and Gustav. Did not go to Sammy.
In my professional opinion, I think we should do what Sammy wants. Rather be on his good books than not be in his good books, And if we don't do it, then he knows that we know where he is, and thus we know information about him. And so if we're caught, then I'm already a certified snitch, so they're gonna be like, oh, you snitched, and then it just lights out after that. So should definitely do it, get it done, therefore even it out so that we're good, and then fun stuff, and then we can get the glasses and be heroes, and like all that stuff about going into the forest without supervision. Or I guess Maisie is our supervision because she's technically older than us. Then it works. So yeah, and then so then we won't be breaking the rules because we'll be going into the forest with supervision, and then we can get the stuff for Sammy and thus get everything and be good, and then the teachers will just overlook that whole loophole and we'll still get points.
Aspen, you were there for the conversation with Sammy, and you know what's best. I have complete faith in you. We should go into the forest.
You found that persuasive.
Phineas, being in debt to the mob is bad, but having the mob be in debt to you is also bad. It's once you've got an association there, then it's permanent, I think.
Oh, like a pact.
Yeah, like a pact. I don't know what a pact is.
Oh. Interesting. Well, I'll have to think about that. Because Granny always said never make pacts. And all the people that she ever made a pact with also said never make pacts before they, well, unfortunate things happen to them. It never goes well. All right, well, I will go and speak to Professor Levi, and I will do so in such a way that is circumspect. Well, what if he says, I've already got irons in the fire and I'm going to be able to find the glasses just fine?
If Professor Levi approves of one of your plans, then we can go with that one.
Yes.
It's better to have some sort of permission.
I
But
think so.
We have to pick something, right?
Yes.
We can't just leave him hanging.
I think that's true. I mean, we haven't consulted him about it exactly. I don't think. Maybe I have. I don't know. Cool. If everyone is just like, sure, get in with the mob. Just leave us out of it. It's like,
That's not how this is gonna work, but we can pretend.
The
All right.
unfortunate thing for Kels is that she knows the glasses are for Tim and feels incredibly guilty for everything that happened to Tim because it was definitely her fault. So that's
Ironically, because you sold him out to the mob.
yeah.
yes, exactly. That is 100%. Everything comes back to full circle here. So
The circle of stupidity is complete.
yeah.
Okay, so next is herbology. I don't think anything crazy will happen there. Then after classes, you can do flying club
Yes.
or any one of your other clubs.
We all have to do flying club because we all have to be licensed.
Okay.
And remember, Gustav, we have a deal. I will help you with flying if you help me with defensive magic.
I'll try my best. I'm still just a first year student, but I'll do my best to help you.
But you're quite good. You helped to fend off a bunch of blood cultists.
I
And-
think that's mostly just because I'm small.
Well,
Which
and
is
also
mine.
gave Kels's home a brand new open air atrium. So you're either going
Kels
to be a wonderful member of Spinnet or an interior designer. One or the other.
We can pass our tests together, Gustav.
Yes.
I guess I should maybe try to pass mine too.
Oh, you don't have
Wait,
your
you
license
don't have your
either?
flying license?
Yeah, no.
Well, you absolutely have
Oh.
to.
I just continue to tank Kel's opinion of me further and further and further.
Well, you've had lots of time to practice, so I'm sure you'll get it this time, Z.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, because you took a you use the broom a lot, right?
I mean, sometimes. I know how to use a broom. I just never got my license because I don't know. I kind of forgot about it.
But like, it's like super important though.
I'll get it when I get it. Which will maybe be this week, so I'm working on it. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah, that's
progress,
a good
right?
goal.
Yeah. Goals, aspirations, those are things that people have.
Yes.
Yeah, That's what I'm going for.
Calder's also in Flying Club, but only because Phineas signed him up on like the
Yes.
first day.
That's true.
So now we have a mini goal, which is to ensure that we're all licensed. And
Or
then-
at
This
least
cannot go
do
wrong.
the test.
Well, and succeed at the test.
I'm really bad at tests.
Well, this isn't like a normal test. This is just a test of, look, flying is easy.
For you.
Yes.
I mean, it's not that bad. It'll be fine. We'll pass. We got this. We're gonna do great. I believe in us.
Flying Club this week, probably throughout the week, also is focusing on a different part of the test to
Mm.
prepare people for the flying permit.
Ew.
So, all right, we'll say you guys went the first day. So, anybody taking the permit test, you'll get a +1
Yay.
to that roll. Do you convince Calder to also practice?
Yes, absolutely.
Because
You
he's never been
try.
very confident on the broom. Give me a charm roll.
Yeah, Aspen.
Done.
Give us a charm roll.
He has very low as well, so pretty sure.
Okay.
Calder. Yeah, he only has a D6 in charm.
That is better than me.
So
He's like me.
Well, he got a 3, so well a 4 because he's the first year.
where's my phone? I don't know. What's 6 plus 12 plus 1?
19.
Enough.
19. Yeah. more than 4.
Yeah.
Calder's like, I'm not
Easy
sure.
impre-
We just
easily
push Aspen
impressionable
forward. And Aspen's like,
Calder.
come on. He's like, sure.
Yeah, easily impressionable Calder is not too hard to sway. So he will also practice.
Good.
After flying comes dinner. Just kidding. Aspen is on delinquent detail. She would not have been in flying club.
Oh.
We push Z.
Yeah. Come on, Calder. You can come fly with
You're
me,
friends.
man. We're gonna be friends. It's gonna be great. I got a 15.
Yeah, that's more than enough.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So you guys go to dinner?
Mm-hmm.
Are you guys going to discuss the stuff you didn't discuss with Z before that you were discussing
Yeah, because he has no idea what you guys are doing.
in charms?
Yeah, we'll
Do a
recap.
fast forward of the whole conversation.
We'll recap.
Okay.
And I will talk to Professor Levi, but I won't mention Sammy's name. Although
Yeah,
something
please
tells me I
don't.
probably should.
No, you really shouldn't. That'd be bad for remember when you said that like the things that you do reflect on your friends? You know,
Mhm.
like actions have consequences. Yeah, that would have a really big consequence.
Mm. Or we could organize a sting operation.
Like we're gonna put a bee in his sandwich or like
Well, that too.
I mean,
No,
the singer.
no, yes, no, yes. No, I was just thinking we could set ourselves up as inside men in the organized rule breaking organization and then bring it down from the inside and be heroes.
I don't think that's gonna work out the way that you want it to.
Why not?
Because a lot of
Are they
kids like that organization. Like a lot.
Yes, all the terrible children who like rule breaking.
Not to mention you've directly benefited from it before.
Yeah.
Phineas doesn't know that. Exactly.
I mean, I think Kels just mentioned it about you guys using it to get the potion ingredients so that you could go save Calder in case of emergency.
Maybe so.
It's fine if you want to get rid of this resource I've provided in case of emergency.
It's fine. It's fine. I'm just trying to find a way for Phineas to be okay breaking rules. because it's been impressed upon him many times by this entire group that breaking rules is bad. And no
Except
one's
for all the times that you break them.
and no one is stepping up to give a real reason why it's a good idea, other than just don't get caught.
Well, but like, aren't you trying to like make it up to like a friend of yours that like something bad happened to him or whatever? Isn't that like a good reason?
I mean, it's a good reason, but not if there's a better alternative that doesn't involve rule breaking. Look,
is there a better alternative?
Look, here's the deal. I'll be fine. One way or the other. I'm not even sure why I'm here, but I'm worried about people like Aspen. Because if Aspen gets involved in any shenanigans, she'll be expelled and her family won't be happy. And I can't imagine her family swooping in and, modifying everyone's memory and eating anyone who seems to be in the way to ensure that her career at the school continues. She doesn't have that access to that particular resource.
Phineas, please do not ask your grandmother to swoop in, wipe everyone's memories, and start eating people on behalf of Aspen. That'd be very bad.
I mean, that's the wonderful thing about grandmothers. You don't have to ask. Anyway, I'm just saying, I'll be fine one way or another.
I mean, we'll keep Aspen safe. If anybody shows up that thinks they're gonna get us in trouble, we'll just like push Aspen behind a tree and be like, "Oh, she's not here."
I don't know. I should at least check with Professor Levi and see what the progress on the glasses is. Because if he can if he can get them easily, then we don't have to worry about it, right?
I mean, yeah, we just gotta make sure we get Sammy an answer so that he knows.
Yes.
If he needs to start looking.
All right. I will do exactly that. I will simply go to Professor Levi and say, any progress finding those glasses for Tim? And when he says no.
Yeah, he's going to say no, because there's been so much going on between the blood moon and the hag situation, and because he's been literally gone and then straight into the blood moon, practically.
Well, I could go and try to find some hangman's gold.
I'm going to advise against that.
Why?
Because I assume it would take you away from school, first of all. And I assume it's not going to be easy to get. It's going to be extremely dangerous and cursed.
Well, I won't argue with the last part. That's part of the value and the charm, don't you think? No, I think I probably could find some. I mean, it technically belongs to me, sort of. Well, it technically belongs to Poe, which means it belongs to me. Sort of. I mean, he's the one who hanged all those people, so he sort of earned it.
Yeah, I don't know if I like the idea of that.
Well, I don't like it either.
But your duty is to be in school. That's where you need to be. Where your responsibilities are.
Yes. Well, if I can find a way to get my hands on some of the gold without missing any classes.
Well, you would need a sponsor to go off school grounds with you, and I don't think they're going to approve you treasure hunting versus just going out to the local shops.
What about Granny's hut?
Absolutely not.
Why not? It's perfectly safe.
No, anything to do with hags.
For me. Probably. Most likely.
Yeah, I think that's definitely going to be an absolute no-go.
What if we brought Granny's hut here?
Definitely not. Anything with Granny's hut, let's just chuck that out of the realm of possibilities.
What if Granny's hut came here?
You just said Granny's hut again. See the problem?
I'm just saying, I'm trying to find the boundaries. What if Granny's hut, came here? Looking for someone to look after it?
Would want to get rid of it. I don't want the hut anywhere near here.
But it is near here. Our friend Z saw it.
Your friend Z saw it when?
She was kind of vague on that. She wasn't sure if it was around the same time as the unfortunate eatings or after.
Where did she see this?
I don't know, on the edge of the woods or something.
The edge of the woods. Which woods?
The woods. I don't know, maybe the slightly discouraged woods or possibly the forbidden ones. I don't know.
And she just wasn't in the woods, but she saw it. Who's this Z friend of yours?
To my
now?
recollection,
Who is this?
I don't know, a very charming young person that we met. No, to my knowledge, she saw it walking around. I asked, "Have you seen, a hut on legs?" And she said, "Oh, I think I saw it." Where? It's like, I don't know, it
Okay.
was somewhere in the woods. But I don't
And
get the sense
where
that she was in
is
them.
this Z now?
I don't know.
Okay, well, I would like to talk to her.
Oh, to see if it really was Granny's hut?
Yes.
Okay. I'll let her know. It's also quite possible that she just might think she saw it. She seems a little vague.
Okay.
I didn't get the sense that she
Well-
understood exactly what it was. I just asked, "You haven't by any chance seen a giant hut walking around on enormous chicken legs?" And I think her response was, "I think I maybe saw something like that one time."
Okay, well, I'd still like to talk to her because that would be a pretty big deal.
Yes. I'll ascertain whether it's real or whether she was just being agreeable. And if she can recollect more,
Yeah, to
I'll
have her
suggest she
come to
speak to
me.
you. Yes. Well, because it could be dangerous.
Yes.
Or it could just be looking for, well, children to crown its ovens. But anyway,
I do know, which is the problem. Yeah, nothing. We don't want Granny's hut here. Don't want anybody going to Granny's hut. I don't want anything hag related happening.
Oh, speaking of which, when you were, your unfortunate incident, did you have any missing locks of hair?
Did I have any missing locks of hair?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
It's probably too late to check now.
I don't know. Yeah.
No, we were just talking about dolls and the making of them. And it occurred to me, oh, I bet Granny collected all sorts of samples when she was here on campus.
Right. That would also be troubling considering one of the hags was posing as the doctor.
Yeah, I know, right?
Is that something they commonly do?
Oh, yeah,
Oh, okay.
absolutely. Blood, hair, fingernails. Sometimes even just the dirt upon which you have stepped is sufficient.
Great. So all things that they could have gotten while they were here easily.
Yes.
Great. Okay. Well,
I will inquire as to the veracity of the potential sighting of the hut. And if it turns into anything, I will let you know and suggest that Z connect with you.
I want her to see me regardless.
All right. And then if we see the hut, we should let you know.
Yes, immediately.
All right.
Don't go looking for the hut.
But if it comes looking for us, we should let you know.
Yes.
All right. I'm surprised it hasn't showed up yet, actually, to be honest. If indeed it's even there. It could be in Bavaria for all I know.
Wouldn't your granny be using it?
Well, who knows?
Okay.
I mean, not if her sisters are looking for her. That's the first place I would look. Any news on where she is, by the way?
No.
Well, you know what they say, no news is bad news.
In this context, maybe. She hasn't reached out to you or anything at all, right? Nothing through
I
bow
mean,
or your
not
wand
not that
or
I know of.
okay.
Did you put the nails in?
Yeah, but all the measures are in place.
Okay. Then it's probably fine.
Right. As long as you stay on campus.
Sure.
That means not the forest.
Well, yes, I don't think you put the things around the forest. That would be a lot of nails. Yes, understood. Not protected.
Okay.
Cool. I'll come back. So, he's done absolutely nothing. He was apparently too busy.
Good to know.
Now, Z, did you actually see a hut walking around on giant chicken legs, or were you just being agreeable?
I mean, look, it was probably a while ago, and I don't really remember.
Mm.
I've seen a lot of weird stuff, man.
So if we, well, you should go.
Yeah.
You should let Professor Levi know that you're not certain. Well, because he's very interested in all things hag related, and it's very concerning to him. Like if Granny's hut is just wandering around, I think if you let him know that it was just like a maybe I saw something, who knows, then he's less likely to be concerned about it.
Wait, you told him?
Of course, it's hag related
Why?
because it's hag related.
Okay, but why'd you have to mention me?
In case you know, like in case you were able to answer whether it was real or just like you saw something moving in the trees.
Oh
It's
man.
very important to know whether it's actually Granny's hut or not. Because if it is, that could be very dangerous to everyone.
I don't think that it is. I don't know.
What?
You-
Simply tell him that. Tell him that you were being agreeable.
Yeah, I'm not really necessarily worried about him asking about the hut. That's anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll definitely not put that off.
Good. Anyway, he's a good person to get to know. You find he's one of the few professors that we actually trust.
He's new to you too, Z, because this is his first year teaching.
Yeah.
And he's
I
not a
don't-
first year teacher.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't have any of his classes, so I have no idea.
Yeah. Very nice fellow. Emotionally broken from the horrors of the last, kerfluffle.
Cool. Well, thanks for that. I
Mhm.
love meeting with teachers. It's my favorite.
Well, sometimes having relationships that are positive with members of faculty can be a significant benefit.
I don't know that this is gonna end positively, but yeah, we can pretend it's fine. We're chill. We're good.
All right.
So, anyways, he doesn't have the stuff. So, do we tell Sammy yet? Like, what are we doing? I gotta know what we're telling Sammy.
Well, I don't feel comfortable making the decision.
Well, out of the list, you know for sure, Phineas, that when you were in the woods with Tim, you saw those mushrooms that he was asking for because you avoided going around them. There's some other ingredients on there that can also be found in the Forbidden Forest, the no-see-ums, and then wanting stuff like Kells to help people cheat on tests and quizzes.
And we have to do all of those things?
And he said, see what you can do, and that will depend on how much he will give to you. Because he also is looking into exactly how hard it is to get these classes. That's why you're meeting up again.
All right. Well, shall we vote?
I vote we smash cuts to Kel's constructing the sheet for the tests.
What am I doing? Me helping people cheat at tests?
Basically,
I
what
don't
it
know
would
if that
look
one's
like
gonna
is if
work.
it's a multiple choice test, you would like tap on the desk 3 times if the answer is C or something like that.
Yeah. That sounds really complicated.
It's really only going to
For
work on
things.
tests that are probably multiple choice.
Yeah. Start typing out Morse code of the entire essay.
Yeah.
Unless they did like some spell where it's like whatever you write, they end up writing or.
Mm-hmm. I don't think that one's low on the list of things I'd like to do.
Oh,
all
so
of
we should
this
go into
is-
the forest. Great.
Some of these seem a little more interesting on a narrative perspective. I mean, but I mean, you can see what he has to say. It's a little easier when there isn't like a time limit, and you can either both agree to do it or not agree to do it, right? You can find out exactly how much he wants and then see if that's what you're willing to do.
Hmm.
I mean,
'Cause
yeah, but
the
are we willing
the
to
worst
do
thing
it?
that would happen is you'd say, "Well, I don't want to do that," and then no one has gotten anything, and it's fine. It's not like he's out of any stuff.
I'd also like to point out Kels has helped somebody cheat before, so
Yes.
it's not completely new concept.
It is not a new
She has
concept.
let Sai copy her homework answers before.
Yes. Yeah, if Sai needs to cheat, it's fine. But if it's somebody else,
If it's anybody else, suddenly it's an issue. Hmm. Interesting. So, I mean, I don't know. Are we okay with doing what?
We should find out what it's going to
supposed to do?
take. We should find out what it is, what's required, and then we can decide if we're willing to. And to Kel's point, we have time. If it involves the invisible creatures, we'd have to do some research to understand them, and I'm sure there's ways that we would have to be able to perceive them, and probably special ways that we would need to be able to capture them, and we probably would want to understand what they're for.
Oh, me and Aspen could probably do that sort of research. We're in the Creatures Club together.
Yeah, but I'm just, like if it's to capture them and to grind them up into something, that seems awful.
I mean, I wouldn't
Ooh.
like that either.
I'm really
Just give me a
sorry
brains
about
roll.
where all of Potion's ingredients come from. Oh man, I rolled really badly on this.
Okay.
Like a 2.
Yeah. You don't know anything off the top of your head as to what they're used for.
Yeah, but I kind of fit. There's a lot of stuff that's powdered forms of animals, I'm pretty sure, in our potions class.
I mean,
I mean,
sometimes
it
you
probably
just-
wouldn't be difficult for you to use an ability to look it up in the library.
Yeah, I can find useful information in a book very easily.
Yes.
Yeah, you should do that.
So,
Yeah.
Z, since you are such close confidants with Sammy, you should let him know that we are thinking about it. But we need to understand what sort of favors he would require. And that we're perfectly happy to enter into an open-ended, should we complete those tasks and acquire the items, we will consider trading them with him.
Right. So you just want more specifics on like how much he's gonna need and what he's
and
using
whether
it
it's
for?
and whether it's like a little bit of one thing or a lot of 5 things, or. And Kel says that the whole test thing is out, so that's off the table.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I can talk to him.
All right.
Cool.
Hmm.
Can I go to the library?
Yeah.
Because I want to look up books on flying to study for the test because I wasn't at the flying club.
Okay.
Someone's going to the library. I love the library.
We should, while Zia's talking to him, we should look up the ingredients and see what they're for. Maybe they're
Why,
maybe
I would
they're for
love-
something bad.
I would love to do that as I spend an adversity token to find useful information in a book.
Okay, what are you looking for?
The invisible creatures.
Okay, so the main thing that they're used for is invisibility potions.
That tracks. That's fine. That makes a lot of logical sense also.
Well, what if we just taught them how to conceal themselves with a glamour? That's
I think the reason why you often use potions is because it's like a reliable effect. So you don't have to, and it's silent because you're just drinking a potion instead of, wand stuff. So say if you're sneaking around, needing to do anything, and you don't get caught.
That sounds suspicious.
Probably. Yeah, I wonder if a guy who gets his stuff by sending people around sneaking around might have a use for invisibility potions. Yeah. Yeah. Is there anything else you'd like me to look up?
Oh, those mushrooms.
I spend an adversity token to find useful information about mushrooms.
Specifically,
Okay,
I'll
those
describe them, yeah.
Yeah, those specific mushrooms are used in a variety of potions, but often used as a psychedelic. Also for visions.
Interesting. And Z and Sammy are friends, huh? I got a little board up in my head. I'm connecting strings. Yeah, psychedelic effects. It's used in some potions. Similar effects. Visions and stuff. Oh,
So they want to be invisible and they want to have visions.
I don't think they're related.
Well, they could be related. You could be looking to have visions of where certain things are, and then you can be invisible when you go and procure them. I don't know. It just doesn't sound.
Maybe you can combine them and become like an octopus where it changes color depending on what you're thinking.
Interesting.
That'd be cute.
Yeah.
On second thought, I don't really like it when things that I think about show up in a visual format.
Cuttlefish are cute.
Agreed.
But it should be fairly easy to track down Nosiums. Aspen can just talk to them.
Ooh.
Oh, they're magical
Is
creatures.
that awkward, Aspen? If you're like hunting something?
I look up from my book.
You've never
so
spoken to a no-seum before, Aspen, and you didn't roll high enough for me to give you other information.
I know that Coda, his familiar Danny, named after his brother Manny, who are the children of the new SRO, who's really nice to me. Yeah, his familiar can help see things, so I mean, there's that, but like, if you want to ask Coda to help, you'd probably have to ask Manny, and Manny's probably going to say no because he's overprotective of Coda.
Well, I would say no to taking Coda into the forest. It's dangerous there.
Well, you can't use his familiar.
I know. I wouldn't take the familiar either because it would
Without
be dangerous
him.
for the familiar. Mm.
You'd have to convince him to go. I don't think that'd be too hard, actually. Because he seemed real gung-ho that one time his brother wasn't around.
He does not get out much.
So it sounds like what you're saying is that we should flaunt the rules, betray the trust of the few adults that have done right by us. All for...
I don't know, man. You wanted to go into the forest. I'm just here stating facts and information.
I mean, I do, but...
Which is flaunting the rules of all the adults who put their trust in us.
Well, I was just hoping that
By
something
merely going into the forest.
I was just hoping that something would happen, like, I don't know, the hut would come out and kidnap some children. I mean, I don't really want that to happen, but if that did happen, then we would have a reason. Maybe we can lure the no-see-ums out. I mean, we don't have to break any rules.
Excuse to flaunt.
Well, like I said, if it's some things are more important than rules. I just have never
I mean, if
sought out like I would like to break rules now. It just doesn't
if
feel
you
right.
wanted to try to lure them out, there's probably a book in the library that teaches you how to lure things out.
Yeah.
Like the no-see-ums, like what they like to eat and stuff like that. But I haven't looked into that, so I don't know.
Well, maybe we can get, if once we get the exchange rate from Z, maybe it'll be like either 3 no-see-ums and 5 mushrooms or 7 no-see-ums or whatever. Right? And we can just lure a bunch of no-see-ums out and then we don't have to do anything other but get very close to where we're not supposed to go. Wouldn't it be better if we could find a way of achieving our goals without breaking the rules?
If only.
It'd be ideal if we could get Coda on the boundary where we're not in the forest and be able to lure them out, and then his familiar can tell us where it is, and that way we don't actually have to go in.
Right.
And they just come to us.
Right.
Gray areas.
And that would be a win-win because it would be fun for Coda. Coda could do have an adventure, but it would be safe and it wouldn't be breaking any rules. Unless the no-see-ums are giant and a hunger for human flesh. That's probably not a good thing.
Like I said, I have no idea other than Coda's familiar can help.
Well, it sounds like we have research to do, which should make Kels very happy. About magical beasts, which should make Aspen and Maisie very happy.
Yeah, how much AT you got, Kels?
I got a fair amount. You can do a lot of research.
All right, Z, what did you find out?
Great question.
Z, from your meeting, the glasses are going to be a tough get, but he could get them. Personally, he's going to have somebody steal them because there's no way with how expensive they are.
Oh yeah.
Probably an older model, but he thinks he has somebody that can get his hands on them. But it's going to be expensive. He's going to want a majority of the ingredients on the list in a good amount.
Basically just as many as we can get.
Right. The
Okay.
other stuff, so the like projector and NIMP movies, that's a lot easier. That's like, hey, any test you help with, I can get you some DVDs. And if you help with this many tests, I'll give you the projector, and then as you keep going, more movies.
Okay.
I'll relay that to the group. That it's however much we can get. It doesn't really there's not a specific number that he needs. It's whatever.
Kels, as the club president, I think that you have the moral authority here to do what's good for everybody.
I agree.
And just have us watch whatever's in the library?
No.
Maisie can also find out which tests Kels is going to help cheat on and also ask Sammy to be let in on the code.
Yeah.
He's like, help a friend out here.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Hey, like,
I need you to do
personal stake in
potions.
this. Yeah.
Specifically
need
the
you-
class I'm in. with you.
Specifically the potions class that I'm in with you that was going to be easier until you made it worse.
Oh, that class. That one.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, he would definitely use multiple choice too because it's easier to grade. Whereas Professor Stillwell preferred to fill in the blank or write out answers.
That he's missing, so multiple choice it is. I look at the class list there. Do I think I'd have a good shot of knowing the answers correctly in them? As resident study person.
I mean, you
Okay.
study enough that you might not get 100% on them, but it's going to be better than anything. And, Samuel will probably pay out more based on what the grade ends up being.
Yeah.
With understanding that the other students are expected to change at least a couple of the answers.
Yeah.
So you might get an A+, they might get an A-.
Or everyone has weirdly identical answers. We'll find
I mean,
We all
if
mark
it's
the
multiple
same ones
choice,
wrong.
yeah. But
This is the 6th student that's gotten number 5 wrong. Interesting.
I must have not gone over this very well.
Yeah.
Specifically,
think about it.
overview of magic, potions. Those are the two big ones that they're looking for answers in.
I
Rest
think
Invictus
if I
is a
was-
lot more practical.
Yeah, if I was to try one, it'd be in potions because I think Professor Hara hates Aspen and therefore our group, and also is super old, so it's probably seen this. That's the other teacher new to the school, and I'm annoyed at him, and I feel bad, but also everyone's telling me to cheat. I help everyone cheat on a test. We'll try it one time, see how it goes.
Cheat. Peer pressure.
To be clear, Phineas has said that Kels was not down for it, and therefore it's out of scope. So,
but then I'm immediately peer pressured into doing it.
Yeah, I mean, you guys could always charm her into doing it too. Really peer pressure her.
I'm easily charmed.
Please.
Plus, if you use it, I need it because you made the potions class harder. A really good leverage tool here.
You're helping all the people you screwed over.
Helping all the people that are mad at you.
Yes.
So, I'm just saying, if you want the social boon, we could cheat in potions. With a 16 on charm.
Oh, are we? I can just.
Or,
Go
I don't
ahead.
know.
You might,
There
you
would be,
might
like,
as well
contesting
get
rolls.
the free AT.
Oh yeah, I got a 6.
Yeah.
You
You are
yeah, that sounds
successfully
great.
very peer pressured. Like, yeah.
Sure, but just like
Okay.
potions.
Because you're helping Tim,
Yeah.
helping the group in movie club, making up for the harder classes that you made in potions. And it's not like it takes that much effort for you. You study anyway.
I was going to be doing this anyway, except for the secret signals. Surely I won't get nervous about this.
It'll be fine.
Make some random tapping while you have a vision in the middle of the test.
Yeah. That was a lot of taps.
That's a lot of tabs. What's going on there?
I don't think there's a Z option on this test.
It's like 30 tabs. There's only 1, 2, 3, and 4.
You were gonna say there's only 4 letters in the alphabet.
Aspen can read. Probably.
I thought it was just ABC. Cool. So we got the test thing taken care of. That's cool, but how do we feel about the rest of it?
Well, I will have stepped out during the peer pressuring incident around cheating. And because Kells has impressed upon Phineas the need for plausible deniability. And also, I'm going to have a short conversation with Poe to see if there are some potential contingencies, and ask Poe if he would be willing to check and see, just see. Well, first of all, I will ask Poe if Poe can see no-see-ums.
No.
Okay. And then I'll ask if in any of his nightly wanderings, if he's noticed Granny's hut.
He is. If he has, he can't tell you.
I will express that it would be wonderful if there was a reason, a justifiable reason for us to go into the forest other than just rule breaking. And I can be honest with him. It's like, look, here's the deal. Even if it's unselfish, if I wind up losing the faith of the very few people here whose opinions I care about, well, then what's the point? You know, like, we're trying very hard to be a certain way, aren't we, Poe? And if it stops being viable to be that way, well, there's other ways to be now, aren't there?
That he agrees with.
And I don't think anyone wants to see that. So,
Well, he's like,
well, I'm just saying. We have a responsibility, don't we? We're supposed to give it the good old college try, aren't we?
he'll just begrudgingly humors you, but he does not care. He doesn't really care about the group and does not think you need them.
Well, but we're supposed to fit in, aren't we? Aren't we?
I think it's past that point.
Well, yes, but I mean, as in not be expelled and go live in a ditch somewhere. Or,
To live in a ditch.
ancient castle at the top of a storm-racked peak, that sort of thing. I just, I'm not ready for that. What would be really awesome is if we had some hangman's gold. Or something. Just think about it. And maybe go check and see if there's any, stuff going on. You know best.
He'll begrudgingly agree to scout, but he doesn't.
All right.
He gets a little greedy with the Hangsman Gold stuff.
Well, you're not using it. I mean, you can't. At least not for another 1,000 years, so. And don't blame me for that. All right. Well, just let me know if you find anything interesting. Well, Poe is not.
I know. I saw that comment.
Well, there is that. There are lots of ways of making gold if you want gold. Anyway, so I'll report back to the group. Poe is being obstreperous. He won't tell me anything about Granny's hut.
Mm-mm.
Well, we can't not know. She hurts people. She eats people.
Mm.
If she's near the school, we have to know.
Well, yes.
So we should go scout it out.
Professor Levi was very surprised to learn that she might have, especially since one of her sisters was masquerading as our doctor, might have taken the opportunity to take samples. Like, I didn't mention it before because I thought it was so obvious, but apparently not. So, there's that. Well, we
I'm
should.
pretty sure the school's on high alert because, like, of all the stuff that happened the other day. So,
Probably so. It's probably fine. Anyway,
It's been 3 days or so. People have to sleep at some point. They can't be on high alert forever.
well, that is another consideration, is if the school still is on high alert, then our likelihood of being, if we did decide to break any rules, the likelihood is that we would be detected. Now, we could all just decide to leave. This place is kind of awful.
What, just like leave school?
Yeah.
And do
Just
what?
go.
Go somewhere else.
like
Like
they'd
where?
find us and bring us back, and then my mom would definitely take me out of school.
Well, you'd already be out of school.
But then I'd have to go home though,
Why?
because my mom would come get me.
Well, there are places your mother can't come get you. Not easily.
That is ominous. What are you talking about?
Well, there's all sorts of interesting places. You don't think this is a dull, dreary place. There's all sorts of wonderful places where you can learn lots of very interesting things. Not the sort of like, we'll dull it out to you in tiny little bits, and anything interesting is like, oh, you have to wait years and years and years before we'll teach you that. But where you're able to rise to the level of your own competence and explore the things that are most interesting to you. You know, like it used to be here before they got rid of the best house.
The worst option if we leave school is being enrolled into a private school from a public school.
I don't know. I think we're very smart and resourceful, and our skills complement each other. We could just do self-study. We could be homeschooled. We could be hut-schooled. Hut-schooling. It works.
I am not going to be taught by somebody who eats their students.
Oh, no, of course not. At least not for long. I'm sorry, but I mean, you're quite fit and slender now, but after a few weeks of cakes, I'm afraid you'd be quite delicious, Gustav. No, I'm just thinking, you know,
Right.
just starting like a warlocks going their own way sort of movement, you know. Just sort of like, well, you don't want us? Well, we don't want you. We'll go and learn on our own.
I like
Why
it.
don't they want us?
Because everyone here is awful and mean.
Not everyone is awful.
Well,
and mean,
almost everyone is awful and mean.
but that's not everyone.
The only people who are remotely helpful are also kind of awful, like Sammy.
Sammy's not that bad.
I'm just saying, look at
It's
us.
just
We form an
transit.
entire group to look out for each other and to try to deal with the extreme bullying situation here on campus. No one else is doing anything. We try to help our friends, and all anyone does is either not help or demand suspicious things in response. I'm saying we do a lot to go out of our way to bring joy and assistance, and no one seems to be on board. I mean, how long do we have to keep trying to make change? Maybe people don't want to change. Maybe people are perfectly happy with this current situation.
I mean, I like school.
Well, the learning part is fine.
And that's really what you're here for, right?
But it's so slow.
Yeah, it takes time to, absorb knowledge and stuff.
No, it
Otherwise,
doesn't.
you'll forget.
Ah,
Yeah, it does.
not really.
You forget everything.
I know.
So what I'm hearing is that for Phineas, going into the forest is a win-win situation. Either we
It's a
find
win-win situation for me too. I'm on board with this.
either we all get expelled and we can go on to do exciting things, or we don't and we get to help Tim.
I just don't want to disappoint anyone, I'm afraid.
Phineas?
I mean, either way, you disappoint somebody, so. Assuming that they find out about it.
I don't know. I think our best bet is to try to lure no-see-ums out and see what happens. And maybe Poe will get over himself and share some intelligence with us. That would make things easier.
Well, we might need more than just the nosiums, though. Look, those glasses aren't going to be, like, super easy to get. So for it to be a fair price, like, we kind of got to bring back.
We can make friends with a denizen of the forest. Work a deal with
Let's make a
them.
deal with them.
Yes, I trust them.
Yeah, make a deal with the denizen. We're just going to continue to roll into more and more transactional exchanges with varying levels of power.
actually, don't worry about it. Let's continue on the no-see-um attack, and I'll work a different angle. Plausible deniability.
Okay.
I'm just trying to find a way that we can get what we want without breaking the rules. And no one said anything about, well, certain things.
Right.
He just said, don't go in the forest. Maybe we'll be able to get some things out of the forest without going there ourselves. Just have to make some friends. You're the one that's saying having the right kind of friends and the right kind of connections is the way to get ahead in life, right? Well, do you want that friend to be a, 15-year-old child or someone who can really offer something?
Hey, wait a minute. I'm a 15-year-old child.
I know. I'm just saying. Maybe we should look a little bit higher up in the food chain.
To get. Okay. You do you, man. If it works, it works.
Yes. Dryad? Wendigo. We'll see.
I don't think you're going to make a deal with a Wendigo, but
I'm not going to ask.
Well, some of them are nice.
are you going to ask Poe about making a deal with possible Fae?
I will definitely, when Poe returns and is kind of like about stuff, it's like, well, what we need to do is we need to find a sympathetic ear in the woods.
He is so incredibly against it.
Why? You would think this would be right up his alley.
You don't see him fired up that much, but he is very much against that idea.
Why? Surely
I cannot say.
Surely that would be a good thing. Oh,
Absolutely not.
You're just being difficult. Well, a little research never hurt anyone.
Yes, he does not even want you looking into it.
All right, well, you should go take a nap then.
He does not trust you.
Of course not.
He's been around you too long.
Look, I'm trying to get ahead with my academic studies. I might look up some summoning stuff. It's no big deal.
Anything you try to look up that has to deal with Fae, he's going to try to get out of your hand.
Fine. I'll wait until we're in class. So it'll be a fun little subplot of him trying to mess things up. And then when he's not around, I'll trick Kells into looking up for me.
Maybe. My one downfall, being lured in by the prospect of research.
Speaking of
So
research,
much knowledge.
I'd like to go to the library and start looking up how to lure in no-see-ums.
Yes.
Whether they're solitary animals, what they like to eat, that sort of thing.
Yes, 100%.
I
That
thought
part at
we
least
were
is clear.
already at the library.
You are.
I would like to go into the stacks. Darkest stacks.
Like to remain in the library.
There are some books. The problem is what they're lured by is a specific plant, and as soon as the plant is removed, it loses the juice that they like. It immediately goes solid. But you do know they also like clear areas. They don't like places covered in a lot of brush because then people can see them moving around.
So you're saying a sort of area that's newly cleared, as in there was a battle there or something very recently?
No, they just like running around and operating in areas without a whole lot of brush or things to knock into that would give away that they're there.
Gustav, is there another use for the plant that attracts them?
I guess I should have made you do a brains roll, but we'll just give you that for free.
I'm more than happy to do a brains roll.
Like, is there an alternate use? As in, could we cultivate them?
I have made the brains roll. What is my DC?
I think I've just been making it 10. Let's see. No, probably 8.
I rolled a 2.
Okay, well. So, Kels, did you want to use an AT to find out that information?
Yeah, I would actually.
Yeah,
I'll just
okay.
check that box and be like, I gently push a book at Gustav.
Yeah.
And then
This
flip
happens
to
to
a
be
page
open on that
and then
page,
like
yeah.
point.
Remind me what the question was, Phineas.
Is there an alternate use or like basically a legitimate use for that plant that attracts them? Meaning, is there a reason that we could have to cultivate them somewhere? Or that they might exist
Yes.
for our herbology and we could find a way to get our hands on them?
Are you guys doing another brains roll?
Well, that
Or
was
more
Kelsey's
AT?
spend.
Oh, okay. Then, yes. The problem is you do have to grow them because as soon as you take them out of the ground. It's also used in invisibility potions. So the juice that they like is you can't see.
So if we had like a potted plant, that'd be good. But if you cut it, it hardens up.
Right. You'd have to grow it yourself.
So if we have a potted plant of the stuff with the juice in it, we could like put it in a clearing near the edge of the forest and then learn what their mating calls are.
You will need a very big pot because their root system takes up a lot of room, which is one of the reasons why the area is fairly clear because they have to be so spread out.
Z, you're our expert on big pots.
Yes, you're
Yeah,
a pot
man.
aficionado, so
Yeah. I know
Another
so
clue.
much about pots. What? I mean, I think I know enough about big pots to say that it'll probably look a little suspicious if we're walking to the edge of the forest carrying a giant pot.
what about we get seeds and we plant them?
And
In
then
the-
wait
Secret garden.
for however many months for them to grow.
in the merely discouraged forest, and we use magic to accelerate their growth.
Do we know the magic to accelerate their
So
growth?
we learn it.
We've certainly accelerated time in one area.
You would probably need help from somebody that's more advanced in herbology.
Like my
Someone's
sister.
older sister.
Yeah.
And you're on a good relationship with her, right? Because she lent you a dress and
Yep.
everything for
Yeah.
the dance. And everything was
Definitely
cool.
didn't stalk her and her boyfriend the entire Blood Moon saga and embarrass her to where she got annoyed and knocked you off a roof. To be fair, that was an accident, but still.
And then said, we are never ever getting back together.
Yeah, that didn't happen. Right. Right. Well, I guess that's somewhere to look on it. As long as Sammy waits until we get the payment and then executes getting the glasses, it should be fine if we take time.
Yeah.
To figure this all out, because I don't think we're in a rush unless he can't nab them later. But then
You do know other
people
people skilled in herbology, but
like
you punch their sister in the face. And then the other one you don't know very well, Brigham knows her better.
I mean, worst case scenario, I could try to get on Miss Maw's good side and ask questions and be like the teacher's pet to get that stuff.
I mean,
That sounds like a win-win. Getting good with a teacher.
Maybe it might take longer than you want, though, because it's going to be skilled associated with it.
theoretically speaking, because my family does a lot of crap with plants and herbs and stuff, my brother might know something.
there's someone that the rest of us haven't actively pissed off recently.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, you guys could probably approach him. You might, I don't know, not want to let him know that you know me.
Oh, why not?
I mean, isn't it kind of obvious if I'm telling you not to tell him that there's a reason? And it's probably not a good one.
I mean, I inferred that, but I did want to know more about the specifics. But that's
It's
cool.
nice to want to know things.
Why is it that everyone has such horrible relationships with their families?
I get along with both my mum and my dad.
Oh, I
Your
guess.
case very quiet.
Okay. I guess I meant siblings.
I mean, look, me and Riley got along for a really long time. We just don't anymore. It happens.
Well, maybe this is a
Whatever.
perfect impetus to mend the fences.
Absolutely not.
Why?
Because it's not going to happen.
Things went downhill when that boyfriend came along.
Yeah, that stupid boyfriend. Wait,
Yeah,
he
that
doesn't have a
boyfriend that
boyfriend.
That boyfriend that was very nice to you the entire time. You actually, I think, also got him in trouble.
You did, yeah.
I mean, just as like an option that we could look at. That's all I'm saying. He's all interested in pursuing the family business and filling our parents' shoes and blah, blah, blah.
Well, that's a good thing, isn't it?
For him.
Oh, do you wish it was you pursuing the family business and filling your
No.
parents' shoes? Well, then someone
No.
needs to, don't they?
I don't know. I mean, look, more power to him, but it's whatever.
Siblings, it's so strange. Kels, you don't have any, right?
No.
Okay. It seems like the only people who have good relationships with their siblings are twins, or are they triplets? I've never been entirely clear on that point.
I don't know about that one.
There's more than one of them. They seem close, or maybe it's just because I can't tell them apart.
The narrator is definitely not a twin herself or anything.
Right. Well, look, maybe I should just go to the forest, and then you can all just do whatever.
I mean, I don't really care about getting into trouble, so I'll go to the forest too if you want company.
Well, I'm mostly worried about other people getting in trouble.
And I don't care about getting in trouble, so
But what would you do if you got expelled? Oh, do you have a
go
castle on
home,
a
be more of a
storm-racked crag that
disappointment
you
than
could
I
go live
am.
in?
I don't think that's in the family real estate, but I'll have to ask because I'd probably just get sent home.
Oh,
Mhm. I'm not worried about expulsion. It's whatever.
mm.
And I
Kels
haven't
looks
been in
shocked.
that much trouble that I'm worried about getting expelled. Like,
But even the loss of house points, people don't like it when their house points go down. Makes them feel bad. It's just that we've learned that all of our choices have consequences on other people.
Phineas,
Yes.
if the chicken hut really is in the woods, I don't think you ought to go alone.
Well, it wouldn't kick me to death.
I'm not sure you have the best judgment when it comes to your grandmother. Family is always complicated.
True.
I'd just feel safer if we were all with you.
But then we all have to go, and then we're all breaking the rules, and then Aspen will be expelled.
We could just do this later.
I guess.
Start planning now, and then wait until next semester.
next semester.
Well, she's off the punishment thing by then. We can get a new punishment.
How is Tim doing, by the
New
way?
punishments. Right off the bat. Yeah, how is Tim doing? How can I
He's okay.
leverage his depression to for
Well, I'm
people
just
into
saying,
doing what I want?
If he's fine, then there's no sense of urgency.
I mean, you know he misses Wolf
Right.
because he doesn't talk to anybody else
Hmm.
or hang out with other people.
Maybe we should talk to Tim. Well, if Tim was contemplating doing something to help us, I think we would want to say in it, don't you?
Yeah, remember that one time when we thought it was Tim, and then it was a ghost possessing Tim?
I don't think he's being possessed now. I mean, that's the whole thing with the drinking the thing.
Yeah, I don't. If you want to talk to him, I guess that's fine. But I think he hates me a lot.
Well, we had a
So-
conversation about what you can do to fix that.
We already talked. I think I did it twice.
Yeah, you have to keep trying.
No, I think it's where we're at.
I think things are better than you think they are. Or could be. If you just keep making
Mhm.
consistent effort.
Like leaving notes.
It worked, didn't it?
I don't think that's the thing that worked.
It seemed to work. Just some light stalking between friends. It's fine.
Listen, I don't know if I'd want to know if someone was going to go get in trouble on my behalf for a thing I said I didn't want to begin with.
Hmm.
Well, then again, if we presented him with something that was definitely stolen, we'd probably have to tell him to be discreet. Anyway, that's a future problem.
That's too many thought processes down the line.
Hmm. All right. Well. I feel like everyone wants to break rules, but no one wants to break rules, and that's very, very difficult.
I've said that I'm totally
Well, except
down
for
to
you-
do this.
Except for
like,
you, yes. You're refreshingly without layers, but everyone else is like all for breaking rules, but doesn't want to break them themselves.
You just gotta stop having moral quandaries and just do it.
I mean, yes, but well, I'm afraid what people won't like me if I abandon my morality.
They'll like you if you do things for them.
I'm not worried about doing things for people per se.
Can Sammy get me house points?
I don't think Sammy can get you house points.
You can get
I mean,
house
I
points
guess
by studying and
technically
answering in class.
he could arrange situations for you to come in and maybe get house points. But that would be a little complicated to pull off. Theoretically, though.
I could have Poe possess me. And then it wouldn't be my fault.
I think you guys tried the possession excuse once.
Yes.
First time, that's on them. Second time,
All right. Well, we've learned
Well-
what we can learn about the no-see-ums. We know that we have to cultivate these plants to attract them or find a stand of them in a clearing. We don't have a way of seeing them without kidnapping poor Coda, and that's not going to happen. I have no doubt that we could peer pressure that child into going into the Forbidden Forest, but then they would probably die and we would feel horrible.
So, either somebody volunteers to go and talk to a herbologist, or you go inside the forest.
I mean, Riley's in my house, so I could probably talk with him at some point.
I like that plan.
Yeah.
It's legal.
And as a backup, I can talk with Miss Moz.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
Let's do that.
Okay. All right, so you guys finish up for the night. Anything you guys trying to do before bed?
Hey, I'm gonna catch Z while as we're leaving separately, and just be all like, "So, do you do like drugs?"
Are you gonna snitch on me if I say yes?
No. I'm kind of wondering because a friend of mine's been acting weird. It might be related, but I don't know anything about drugs.
Okay. So are you trying to ask me if I know anything?
About drugs? Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I know things. But it stays between us. Don't tell anybody.
Yeah.
What do you want to know?
So, like, and the vision folder comes out, and I'm showing you all the things, and I'm just like, so I think this is related with my friend. And like, are there like, do you get like extra depressed if you're on drugs or something, or if you use them too much?
Yeah, can I I guess roll because like I think I know at least that like the magical side of it is less likely to have the bad side effects, but I don't know if I know a lot about the nymph stuff.
Right. I mean, most potions have minor side effects, but it'll be like, oh, you have this weird aftertaste in your mouth, or
Yeah.
whatever. Nothing like too crazy, unless it's an extreme potion where you're really trying to do something. Like Mateo used a stone potion and he's probably itchy for the next day
Okay.
from turning his skin to stone, you know.
Yeah, but it's not like lifelong consequences.
No. It depends
Depending
on
on what
it
it
depends
is,
on what you're
but,
using. Because just
like-
like anything, like you could get dependent on it, or
Yeah.
some might be addictive because you're at dopamine high, whatever.
Would the I don't, do I need to roll for this or just
Or we'll do a roll, but it'll be like difficulty 7.
okay? Is it brains or what is it?
Brains, but you can use your ability thing.
10.
Yeah, so you know it depends on the potion, but like certain ones that bring you up might have just like a sugar crash, like or caffeine crash. Like you'll be up and then you'll kind of crash down at the end when it wears off.
Yeah.
Okay. Does Mateo give you drugs?
I'm not telling you.
Okay.
So yes.
It's weird that you wouldn't say yes or no instead of I'm not telling you. So I'm
I
just gonna
mean-
file that one away.
Yeah, like it's a misdirect. Don't worry about it.
yeah. Okay.
Look, I
Well-
like I mean I can tell you what I do, but I can't tell you what other people do. That's their business. And whether it's Mateo or not.
It's very Phineas of you.
Gotta, keep my people safe as best I can.
Yeah, I might have more questions about this later. But anyway, good to know. Have a good night.
Yeah.
Kells runs off.
Cool. All right. So day 2 class day. Oh, starts with potions, which you guys are all in the same class. Which I think you even sit with. Yeah, Z, you sit with Silent as well at his table. So you might be a little bit more honed in on him now that Kels is specifically brought. Or did she even say Silent? I don't think she even said his
She
name.
didn't. She just said friend.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I don't.
yeah.
I mean, maybe Z was insightful enough to pick up on, because I think that I've kind of picked up that Kells has something for Silent just based on conversations. But yeah, maybe keeping an eye on him.
All right, this is the first class of the day. So give me a. What would I even use for? Please give me a I was gonna say brains, but we'll say charm. You can use charm for this. We'll say difficulty 12.
Is that everyone?
No, just Z.
Okay, I got a 15.
Okay. I'll DM you actually.
Secrets.
Secrets.
Secret.
Yeah. What are you guys doing in potions all sitting at your table? There is a test coming up at the end of the week.
Yeah, that does seem about right.
Asking the occasional question to test my comprehension, actively listening and taking good notes.
I'm just worried about the test, to be honest. All I can think about is just the test, just in the future. What we're doing something at the moment? No, there's a test in the future.
Trying to go over the notes that Kells did with the potions that we did previously. Like, oh, this is what I did wrong, and this is Kells is telling me what is right, and
I am trying to desperately engage with 2K about whatever we're working on in class and avoiding any conversation with Rowan or Darby.
Muted.
Oh, Rowan is the pick-me guy, right?
Yes.
Ugh.
A nice guy.
Oh.
Look, he just picked up
Um,
a book with loads of dating techniques in it, and it's going to take off soon.
Darby is asking Calder some uncomfortable questions, and talking to him, asking him things like about his dad and how he's broken out, and if he feels comfortable that he's endangering the entire school by just staying here, and that his dad's going to keep attacking and trying to get him, and if he feels like it's his fault that all these people died, and things of that
Okay, I'm
nature.
going to stand up and say, we are talking about potions. We aren't talking about that. Shut up.
Okay.
Saucy.
Yeah, the rest of the class, obviously that's a scene. So the rest of the class is going to turn, and Professor Figgis is going to be like, "Is there a problem, Miss Michaels?"
No, I'll sit back down.
Subtle head nod to Kells.
Give me a charm roll, Kels.
Yikes.
What's my difficulty?
I'm having you roll against Darby.
Oh, okay. I'm going to spice this up because I don't like him. Of course, I got a 4 to begin with, so...
He got a
Is he
7.
particularly charismatic?
He got a 7.
6, 7, 8. Take that, Darby. Added diversity tokens.
So he'll back off. He'll be like, "Okay, all right." But he does have a little bit of a smile, like he kind of got a little bit of what he wanted.
Yes.
All right. I won't have you lose house points only because the words you said was we're talking about potions. So he's just gonna be like, cool. Do you talk to Sayadol Z or ask him any questions? Or you could say no.
I'm like, I feel like Z would. I'm just trying to think of what she would even say. It's probably just like, hey man, you not sleep last night? You okay?
No, I'm great.
Yeah? You sure?
Why?
You just seemed a little like you needed a little bit of a pick me up, that's all.
He gives you a look. 'Cause he's charming as well, obviously.
Yeah.
So he's like, I think debating, you can kind of see on his face debating if you saw it or not, or if that's what you're referring to.
Like little
like-
eyebrow raise. Like
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
And there's other people at his table, so he's got to be careful too. So,
yeah, like we're playing the subtle game, but
like, nothing wrong with a little pick me up.
oh, I didn't say there was. Just just checking in, being a good classmate, making sure everybody's got everything that they need.
Yeah. Do you need it?
Me? Nah.
He's just
Nah.
wondering why you're asking, because you guys aren't particularly friends. So
Yeah, no. I just
It's also a little. He's also been on guard lately, due to recent events and reporters and such. So he's also trying to make sure you're not just trying to show you have something on him, essentially.
oh yeah, no.
Because you're making a point to point out that you saw something.
Yeah. Like, just if you need something to maybe wind down instead of wind up, just let me know.
Okay, cool. All right. We'll do what's next class? Transfiguration for you guys. It's physical education for Z
Which means I'm
and
not
Calder.
there. No,
Yeah.
I'm there. I'm just not
Oh,
doing
but your next class is with Calder and Darby though. So
Oh, great.
all right. Anything for transfiguration? You guys wanna are you guys partners in transfiguration? I forget. Oh no, Silence
I think we
with Joel.
changed partners.
Yeah. I couldn't remember if Silent was partnered with Phineas or not, but Phineas is partnered with Delta. So, reminder, Gustav and Rowan, Kells and Rith, Silent and Joel, Brigham Casey, Delta Phineas. Yeah.
Rowan,
Yeah.
Phineas was talking the other day about a charm that can make the music in your mind come out perfectly, note perfect. I was wondering if you knew anything like that. Is that the sort of thing that composers use or something?
Not that I've ever heard of.
Okay.
I'm not really
you.
great at music. I don't play any instruments or anything.
And we let the awkward silence hang for
Right.
far too long.
Yeah.
Z, you see in class Darby once again all up in Calder's space. Asking a question.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna just I'll walk over and like throw my arms around. Well, I don't know. Is Calder comfortable with like touch, or is he a little
He's not used to it.
okay?
That's for sure.
Okay. Like I don't want to like freak him out, but like yeah, probably just like come over, sling my arm around him, and like drag him away. I'm like, oh, come over here, man. I need you were like you did so good in flying class the other day. I need some pointers, man. You got to help me out here, and just like try to take him away from Darby.
Very cool. All right, lunchtime.
What
I
was that?
assume Z, you're gonna walk with Calder from class to.
Yeah,
Because
probably.
if you guys don't know, Z shares every class with Calder.
Mm.
So you now have somebody that has
How
eyes on Calder.
convenient.
Yes. Calder's exact schedule. Yay.
What was
Yeah,
that kerfluffle in class, Kels?
Just Darby
Ugh, Darby.
being Darby.
Yeah.
How so?
I look over at 2K, I look back at Phineas, and I'm like, let's not talk about it right now.
That sounds ominous.
He's just
You just
being
interpret
a jerk.
a lot of things as ominous, Phineas. It's kind of like your default mode.
Well, and thus far it's proven to be accurate. Do we need to do something about Darby?
And stuff is just nodding yes.
Well,
I don't know what one would do without getting in trouble, so I think it will just remain an awkward impasse.
That's fine.
one can express oneself clearly and set boundaries.
I don't think that's gonna stop Darby.
I said we were talking about potions. That seems like a clear expression to me.
All right, well, we are all members of Movie Club, which means that we all band together to protect each other from unpleasantness. So if you choose to share, then perhaps we can do something about it.
Just need some duct tape, that's all.
Also, I'm looking for something morally unambiguous. The conversation we've been having the past couple of days is very uncomfortable for me. I want to find something clear and good to do.
Like homework?
I suppose
Ew.
it'll have to do.
I don't
That's
think
all
I have
you
too much
guys.
else.
Okay.
Yeah.
to say
I
for now.
don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just eating, zoning out.
Cool. Dark magic defense, which you guys all have together.
Yes.
How's Professor Ames looking?
Seems fine. Usual.
He's not one from the school being on high alert or anything. Would he have been involved with that?
I mean, yeah, he would be, but he's a paranoid guy. He's always on high alert, so he looks pretty much the same as always. Let's see. You guys want a chance at house points?
Yes.
Yeah, actually.
Yes, please.
All right, we'll have you guys pair off. We'll do. Wait. Odds and evens. All right. This is gonna take too long. I'm just gonna pair you off. Okay. We'll do Malachi and Gustav. We'll do Casey and Maisie. We'll do because you guys Casey and Maisie. Try to stick to houses. So Calder and Kells. Jace and Aspen. And did I miss somebody? Phineas?
Yes.
Phineas and I don't have another Spaderis in your class. We'll just do Phineas and some random Spaderis. I think that's everybody, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So rules of the game. Forgot where I put it. But basically you're gonna choose between it's like not rock, paper, scissors, but you're gonna choose knockback spell, deflection spell, one of the spells you've learned in dueling so far. So knockback, disarm, shield. Wasn't there another one?
I think it's pretty much those three.
I feel like there's another.
Oh, isn't there like a locking where you lock them up? I know that
I don't
the
know if you-
teachers have done
I don't
that
know if
to
you guys-
people before.
Barrier, deflection, disarming, knockback.
Disarm.
Those four. Yeah.
Wait, say those again?
Deflection spell. It's where you redirect. And if you're good enough, you can redirect it at them. Disarming, which is getting rid of their wand. Which, if you're good enough, you can knock it far enough away that they can't get it back. Shield spell, and then knockback spell.
Okay.
So knockback is fight. I think disarming is brains. And deflection is flight. Is that what we did?
I think that's right.
Well, it is. We're actually knockback. We'll do knockback as brawn, because you're physically trying to move something. Disarming is brains. Barrier is grit. And we can do deflection as flight, I think. yeah, avoid being hurt.
Yeah.
So we'll go with those.
Cool.
So we'll start with Gustav and Malachi. All right, I'm gonna have him do. Need his stats. Oh, and magic die. Don't forget to use your magic die.
Oh, yeah. The wands are being used. Unusual.
The
Alright,
magic dice are
he's-
equal, right?
Yes. He went for the disarming spell and got a 12.
I went for deflection and got a 23.
Okay, so that's over 5. So you were able to deflect his into him and disarm him. You still have to knock him off the platform though. But his wand goes flying. He's going to try to summon his spell while you try to knock him back or summon his wand.
I shall cast a knockback spell. Remind me what that was again?
Braun.
Not fight?
I think it's because you're moving somebody. I think we did use fight in the past. But brawn specifically is when you want to move an object. We can say brawn or fight. I'll allow either.
I've already rolled. I got a 9 for that.
A 9? Okay. Let me do a flight roll then for him. Okay. You are able to knock him back, but he's not completely off the platform. But he is able to get his wand back.
I'm going to follow up with try and get another knockback spell in before he can cast. Hopefully I can go first.
Okay, use let's do flight. Let's see who can cast first then. And I'll put him at a disadvantage since he just got his wand back. Actually, what is his flight?
12.
Okay, yeah, you beat him. So, go ahead and roll the knockback spell, just to see if you're successful at it.
11.
Yeah, you're able to knock him out because he's already on the edge anyway. So you were able to knock him out.
Victory!
Yeah. Nice. Did I get in the pass for that? Goal info. Okay, yeah, you'll get 5 house points for that. All right. Who's next? We'll do Aspen, and who are you going against, Aspen? Jace? Is that what I said?
Yeah, you said Jace.
Okay. This one will be interesting because you guys have, well, not super similar stats, but he has decent fight and flight. Where did I put the magic die? He only got a 9 on his knockback roll. He rolled poorly, but
I rolled a natural 1 on the D20.
okay.
So that's a 7. total.
Okay. So you guys face off. So give me a flight roll. Just to see if you are able to stay on the platform, which will say I'll say difficulty 11 since it wasn't. He didn't beat you by that much.
That's 3.
What'd you get?
A 3.
Okay, yeah. He knocks you off. You both go to cast. He's maybe a little bit quicker, is able to hit you, which makes you completely miss your knockback spell, and you stumble and fall. Not really expecting, because you were cocky going into this after your duel with Brody. So maybe let that get to your head.
Yeah. I'd get up and do the handshake. It's like, good job.
Yeah, he's excited that he beat you. He was not expecting to. But doesn't rub it in your face or anything.
Because then you might punch him, and that on that you would roll like a 37.
Yeah,
Alright,
things would have turned out differently if you didn't explode that die when punching your friend.
Who did I team? Oh, I teamed you up with Casey, Maisie. Good luck.
Yeah. It's fine.
Was anyone expecting Z to win?
Maybe. Where did it go? There it is.
We'll say just because Aspen rolled a 1, even though it wasn't a dirty whatever. When you fell off and got knocked off the platform, you got knocked right into Rudy.
Oh.
So
No.
he's fine.
Okay. I got a 10 on deflection.
Okay, well, I hate to tell you this. He got an 18 on his knockback. So you use your deflection spell. It's just not strong enough, and
Yeah.
it goes right through it, breaks right through it, and you get blasted off. How much? Wait, what was your roll again?
10.
Okay, yeah, so more than 5. So yeah, you just get knocked off.
Yeah.
He's not as excited because he doesn't like it when you guys get paired off within the same house.
Yeah.
Because then it's just the glory of who got the points and not.
Yeah.
And Z doesn't
like
care.
his house
So
getting
like
points,
there's at least I didn't lose his points.
Yeah. All right, we'll do Phineas and the random
Yep.
person. I'm just gonna.
I will deflect
I don't have stats for them, so
because that's my best stat.
all right. They got a 7 for. We'll just say they used a knockback.
Uh, 28 plus 3 is 31 plus 2. 33.
Okay, yeah, you did deflect?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, then you're able to deflect it right back into this person. And it somehow gets stronger with the deflection and is able to knock them off.
I think something. So, Phineas is in a little bit of a moral quandary.
Mm-hmm.
So I think there's maybe something weird slightly odd that happens.
Okay, yeah, I love that since you rolled so high.
I think who knows what? Something maybe. Like maybe there's a weird atmospheric effect. Like shadows bending, little ghostly laughter, something kind of creepy. Not intentionally, but just like...
Everyone falls silent in the class. Is like,
so what was that? I don't know.
the kid you knocked off is like, can I go to the nurse? What? Make sure I didn't just get cursed.
Maybe a little. Calm down, it's fine. I don't know. Look, the entire group is trying to bring Phineas to the dark side. So
And then Kells, who did I match you off against? Rith?
2K, I think.
nope, Rith.
Oh, 2K.
It was Rith.
Or was it
Yeah.
Rith?
Yeah,
Oh,
your
it
erstwhile
was Rith.
boyfriend, Rith.
Cool.
Oh, magic die don't explode?
Magic die do not explode. no.
Okay. So change all that. Because my magic die exploded a lot.
Oh.
So it's 16 plus 2 is 18 plus 4, 22.
I mean, he said it has 7, so it's
yeah,
fine.
so it's still 22.
Cool. So, Kells, go ahead.
Yeah.
Ooh. Well, he got a nat 20
Ooh.
versus.
Well, I got a 15 on my disarm attempt, so I assume that wand is gone.
Oh, okay. So you
assuming
used disarm.
Yeah, I used disarm.
Okay.
Got brains. I'm going to leave with that.
Deflection is okay. Yeah. I just realized I messed it up. So he would also be going for disarm. Would have been funny if you both went for the deflect spell, but then had nothing to deflect.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a 23 plus whatever. So yeah, he'll get you first with the disarm spell, and
Yeah.
it's gone. So you're gonna have to try to summon it back,
Yeah, I'll do that.
and he's gonna have to try to knock you off with his terrible back skills.
So should I?
Where's my D? Yes, you're trying to summon your wand. So you can
What
just do
should I
another brains roll. That's fine.
Okay, another brains roll. Okay. Is this also magic?
Yes. Summoning your wand is magic.
Anyway, I got a 4
Oh no.
with that nat
so you
1
do
on the
not-
d20.
Ooh. Get your thing back. Unfortunately, he has a terrible. Okay, well, he also got a 4. So
Cool.
Well, you're scrambling to get yours. He whiffs with the knockback spell, so you didn't have
Right.
a chance.
All right, so this is just like a giant nerd fight, is what this one
Yeah.
has turned out to be.
Like, I need you to direct it at me so I could deflect it at you.
Yeah. Hold on. We both say to each
Alright,
other.
ready?
11.
Okay, you're able to get your wand back.
Alright.
He hits you this time, but not enough to knock you off.
Yeah.
He just maybe knocks you back a little bit to where you just get a little off balance.
Right.
All right, try this again.
Yeah, I'm going to try to knock him out this time. Or off.
What is the?
Wait,
What did I say?
these
the
two
flex
dice.
was? Okay. Okay, that's a little better. 11, 12. Okay, he's got 13 for deflect.
Ooh. I only got 12.
Okay, so he missed one. So he's able to deflect it, but not into you. So we're at a draw
Right.
again. So
Okay. Well, first you don't succeed.
2, 3, 4, 5. So you only got a 5 this time.
15
Okay.
on a
Um,
knockback.
Okay, great. You knock him off. He's going for the deflect, but it went right through his deflect.
Right. Cool.
Nice. Professor Ames will be like, "Oh, good fight. Maybe work on your next health."
Yeah.
Great defense is great, but then you gotta also have the offense to follow it up, or you're just gonna keep going defensive until the defense doesn't work. Good lesson. Great. Is that everybody? I think that's everybody.
I think so.
Cool. All right. And then we'll do the next class. What is your next class? Magizoology. And herbology for Z and Kelder. Which you do notice he starts sticking a lot closer to you, Z.
My buddy.
He's just a little guy.
He's just a little
Just
guy.
a little guy.
Definitely just a little guy.
All right, cool. After class,
Actually,
yes.
during magic zoology, I'd like to, just casually ask whether these techniques we're using on these animals are relevant to, say, no-see-ums. Whether we can, if it's possible to
No,
harvest stuff from no-see-ums without harming the animals, perhaps. Just
without
casually.
harming them. Uh,
Well, I went
yeah.
to Aspen's family's sanctuary and saw the no-see-ums. Well, I saw a field, and I was just curious.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to hurt them to use them. You do have to make them sweat, though.
So
That is disgusting.
jazzercise,
Yeah.
got it.
A lot of potions are pretty disgusting, to be honest with you.
Thank you, Professor.
No problem. Just be careful. I mean, is there a reason you're asking about them specifically with potion making?
Oh, well, she did have a lot of them at the family. Well, maybe, I don't know. But she could have had a lot of them. It was a very big field.
Okay. Is that all you ask him?
I believe so, unless somebody else has a question. Time's up. That's all I'm asking.
Okay. Great. So after class, Aspen, you have delinquent detail as usual. Z, Gustav, are you guys going to flying club again?
Yes.
Grab
Yeah.
another +1.
Yeah, sure.
And then after club's over, dinner time. Reunite with Aspen.
Did you do anything fun today, Aspen?
Actually, I wanted to go to the library, so I will see y'all later.
You're gonna eat?
Bye.
Does Script just spend
So
all the
studious.
time in the library?
Well,
We've gone to
it's a
the
pretty
library
cool
every
library.
single day.
We do go there every day because it's a great place to study because we're all in different houses. So it's not like you go to the common room or anything.
A lot of
I know y'all are
time in the
having
library.
fun with flying club while I'm in detention, so I want to be studying flying stuff because the test or whatever that's coming up. It's not the same, but it's still something.
I can give you some pointers.
We were going in a zigzag circle around some cones in Flying Club today.
You had to not knock over the cones. I misunderstood at first and thought you were supposed to knock over the cones, but then we fixed it the second time around.
We're very good at knocking them over. Is it allowed for people who don't yet have their permit to practice outside of flying club?
Under the right supervision.
Who would be a good person to supervise us for an extra lesson since Aspen has had to miss practice?
Coach Harding.
I don't care.
Yep.
Saw that one coming.
No, Coach Harding loves
I mean, there's
Kels.
other people, but
Mother.
since like Harvey has been already spending a bunch of time in flying club, and he probably doesn't want to spend all day. He's got to study and do stuff too, and has other responsibilities. So,
What about Miss Mesmer? I hear she has great supervisions.
Oh, God.
yeah, minus 5 house points.
Right. That's awesome. I'm sure there's a conveniently placed shadow somewhere. Coach Harding.
Don't sneak up on someone like that, kid. Come at me from the front, like a man.
I was coming from you from the front.
You come.
Apologies.
Put a bell on or something.
Oh, that's a good idea. Bells sometimes do ring when I'm around. That's weird. Anyway, no, our friend Aspen, well, I know you know her mother, is studying for the flying test and unfortunately has delinquent duty and is unable to attend the formal sessions. So I was hoping that you could refer us to, I don't know, an upperclassman or someone who'd be suitable supervision who might be willing to, do some good works for some underclassmen to provide supervision as we get Aspen up to speed.
Yeah. I think someone in my house. He's trying to think of somebody in his house that can give her pointers that he can then give house points to for the.
Yeah.
Probably Amelia would probably be good. She's only a second year, but she's great on a broom. Her family's family of caper stars, star athletes. Let's see. That's probably
And
one
she'd
of
be
the
sufficient
better
supervision.
options. When are you trying to do this exactly? So it would be what, after dinner
Yeah.
or during lunch or in the morning?
Either. Any of the.
She's usually flying around all the time anyway.
Well, with your endorsement and approval, I will ask Amelia if she'd be willing. Is it all right if I mentioned that I cleared it with you first?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Well, thank you.
No problem. Luckily, you're asking for somebody that's in his house.
Yeah. So in pass, I'll find Amelia and ask if she'd be willing to give some pointers to Aspen.
She'll probably look at you and be like, because all she knows is your reputation, really.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, sorry, you want what?
Well, Aspen is studying, as are several of our friends, studying for the upcoming flying permit test. And unfortunately, because of delinquent duty, is unable to attend the flying club sessions. So I spoke to Coach Harding, and he recommended you most highly as someone who might be able to provide some pointers.
Give me a charm roll, difficulty 6.
Oh. And he said that if you didn't, then bad things will happen. I will spend an adversity token.
Okay. It's like, when is this that you're wanting to do it?
At your convenience. Just not during delinquent duty, obviously. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, after dinner.
Okay, well, I'm always out before classes or usually flying during lunch. So if she wants some pointers then, that's
All right.
fine.
Wonderful. Thank you. I appreciate it. And I will tell Aspen. Amelia will be waiting for you. You simply have to go up and I suggest that you spend as much time as you can getting caught up.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I am greatly in debt.
I feel well, don't worry about that. Friends do that for each other.
And I will go now so I can get caught up now.
All right.
I don't think she said after dinner.
Okay. Breakfast and lunch, then.
And tomorrow.
Yes. There's only so much that reading about flying can teach you.
True. Yeah, it's definitely a lot more practical. Cool. So you guys going to study again after dinner?
Of course.
Of course.
Yeah. What else would we do?
Being good little students.
Wait, fair enough.
Yeah, Z needs to join our study group, so here we are.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go to the
Studying.
bathroom real quick first.
Freshen up.
Yeah.
Come back. You're super into it all of a sudden.
Yeah, like, whoa, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen.
All right.
Yeah, Kels is a really great potions teacher. Aside from the actual teacher that we have, Kels is a very close second.
Yeah. I can see that. For sure. Definitely retaining all of this.
Yeah.
Giving you a lot of side eye.
And I'm like, you promised.
Yes.
I probably will pull Kels aside after study session. And just be like, hey, I just wanted to let you know that your friend isn't doing anything that crazy.
Oh, well, that's good to hear. I didn't tell you who the friend was.
I'm just like pat you on the shoulder and like, you didn't need to, sweetheart. It's okay.
Oh, man.
It was cute that you thought you could hide it.
Oh, I gotta get better at that kind of thing. I don't get it.
It's, you just gotta stop caring.
Is that what you need to do, though?
Well, I mean, not like actually stop caring about everything, but stop caring what people think about you and just do it.
Says Kells, a person who cares very much about what people thinks about her.
Yeah.
The trick is to figure out how to act like you don't care. And then
Huh.
eventually you won't.
So me like
Take it to
asking
make
because
it.
I'm full about caring because I'm worried about the visions I have is the opposite of what you think I should be doing.
You said a lot of words, and I think the answer is yes.
Okay. Okay. I'll talk to you in the morning for a minute about these visions I'm having. I'll see you then.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
All right.
I'm gonna go
just
get
going
some
out.
snacks.
You could ask Phineas for some snacks. He's always cooking up something. He's part of cooking
Oh
club.
yeah, I know. I'm in cooking. Well, sometimes I'm in cooking club when I remember to go to cooking club. I like making snacks. Well, I like having
I
other
bet.
people make snacks and then I eat the snacks because I'm
I
kind
bet
of
he
bad
could.
at it.
He could make snacks go right to you. Just
Oh,
open your
that
mouth
would
and they walk right in.
be amazing. Like
Yeah, go ask him.
actually super cool. Hey, Phineas,
Yes?
can you make snacks walk into my mouth?
I mean, if you threaten them or entice them.
Noted.
Yes. I mean, they're not very smart, so they're quite easy to fool, I find. Although
Cool.
the batch I made yesterday, well, screamed a lot more than they usually do.
Maybe less screaming.
They usually just sort of
Hopefully.
giggle when you bite into them, but these seemed a little bit more.
I think the screaming is actually better in that case.
Well, just bite the heads off first, then you don't have to listen to it. They're not technically alive, I think.
It tastes good.
They are very delicious.
Sweet.
They're the gingerbread children, and they're not made with children.
Thank you for clarifying.
It describes the general shape, not the ingredient.
Suddenly not as hungry anymore.
Hell's plan all along. Your appetite.
Yeah, ruin your munchies by sending you to talk to Phineas.
On it. I know how to solve this.
I mean, they probably don't have families and dreams or anything like that.
I mean, yep. They have nothing to live for, so just eat them.
I mean, if you think about it, I mean, imagine what a misery it is to find yourself a conscious being in pastry form. Maybe you would want to end it. Oh, you could depress them to the extent that they commit suicide by walking into your mouth.
Hey, Aspen, what you up to? just walk away.
Trying to do the potions homework. With Kels's help occasionally. Because Kels is good at potions. And hopefully, if I do well with the homework, eventually I'll get it in this head. And then I won't need to use Kels to cheat.
So let's all make sure that when we're talking about things, we don't say stuff like that out loud in public spaces.
Good idea.
It's not cheating if you're just studying, Aspen, you silly. Kels is just helping you study.
Yes, that is right. That is what we are doing. We are studying.
There you go.
I'm watching and even I'm suspicious.
Okay. All right, you guys do anything else for the night?
There's no books on potions that help to know stuff about potions, is there?
To specifically
Yes.
know stuff about potions? Yeah. There's plenty of potions books. Or are you saying a potion book about a potion that makes you learn about potions?
Yeah, the second one.
No. There's not a potion that specifically just teaches you everything about potions.
Oh, that would be fun.
But there is a book that promises that, and then as you read it, it's all about actual potions, and then in the last page it say, and now you know everything about potions. You didn't have to make one.
Ta-da!
Is
Yes,
there a book about picking
unfortunately.
ingredients and then learning what they are by taste?
Aspen probably got clickbaited by the one that Phineas said.
Yeah.
And like flipping through it, like, where is that one potion?
I don't understand.
You just have to learn all the stuff. Like in order to create that potion, you have to learn extraction and compounding and cold and hot distillation and all that stuff. And by the time you master all those skills, you'll be prepared to make the advanced potion that will teach you all about those things. It's called A Gaslighter's Guide to Potions.
Gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss.
There you go. Gustav,
Yes.
you know when we were dueling,
We didn't duel. I dueled.
no, not
someone
you and
else.
I, when
You
we
meant in
were
general.
dueling in class,
Yes.
and you know when the shadows got all weird and there was that strange chanting sound, and the
It
giggling.
looks like your hands were wings or something in your shadow.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's not normal, is it?
I've seen you do it a lot, but not normal
No,
for anyone else.
Professor Ames gave me a strange look. I think.
He's very inscrutable.
It's true. Like a cactus. Well, it's just sometimes when I feel conflicted, strange things happen. Makes me uncomfortable.
I think everybody feels a bit uncomfortable when they're conflicted.
I don't know. It just doesn't seem right.
Have you tried in the nymph world? Sometimes people go to these people called therapists to talk about their problems.
I haven't spoken to the therapist in a couple of days.
I was wondering if you had tried putting yourself in that situation deliberately, and then you could look at your own shadows and you could confront yourself.
Mm. You mean become very, very highly conflicted?
It doesn't seem too hard, to be honest, at the moment.
Mm. Yes, I suppose. Although sometimes I think that maybe that's... Well, it could be a very good idea, Gustav, or it could be a very bad idea. It sort of depends.
I mean, adults are always telling us that we're the future, but the second most common thing they say is that we're messy teens, and that now's the time to be working these things out.
Sort of the you're the future but not yet sort of situation, which I've always found sort of perplexing. Sort of like, oh, you're the most important thing, but we're not going to pay any attention to you until later when you're no longer the most important thing. It's strange. I don't understand, well, people, but I don't know. It's kind of like, have you ever been not really hungry, peckish, let's say, but for something very particular? Like you're not hungry to the point of like, oh, I've just got to eat something, but you kind of feel like you need something, and only a very particular flavor will satisfy it, like cinnamon or something just sort of random like that. That's what it feels like. It feels like if I could only get a taste of whatever that is, everything would be clear. Well, and to be precise, it's not blood, thank goodness.
Would you like to try a taste test then? We could gather all kinds of different things and you could try them one by one.
Maybe.
What sort of things do you think you would like?
Well, it's not anything regular. It's not chocolate. It's not bread. It's not the aforementioned cinnamon. It's not cloves. It's something else. It's like moon. Whatever the flavor of the moon is. Or whatever the flavor of this cold and stillness inside a barrow is.
Well, I don't know that we could get an entire moon, but I reckon we could probably catch the moonlight for you.
Maybe.
Also on the list is moon dew, but you can't get that until the next full moon, which is not for a while.
Or maybe I should just talk to the therapist.
Well, why don't you talk to the therapist, because that's immediate, and then if that doesn't work, we can get started on taste testing things.
Compiling strange things. Yes. Thank you. I feel better.
I'm glad you trust me.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you guys studied again?
Yeah.
Like, spent time in the library?
Yeah.
Great. Cool. So you go to bed?
Mm-hmm.
All right. We can end it there. I think it's 7:30 Central.
Yes.
It's fine. We do classes. So you guys decide to do something. That's totally fine.
Well,
Actually,
it's either do classes or get Aspen expelled.
Aspen doesn't have to go.
yeah. Could just be a few
We
of
could
us.
just send, 3 of you
She'd
out
be the
there,
lookout.
and then me and Aspen can hang out.
Yeah, and keep the teachers from finding us.
Work on your
That'd be
I don't
cheating.
know if I'd split you guys up that much, but
Well, that's the tough thing, is that Phineas knows that Professor Levi doesn't want him to go in the woods.
you also get very upset if you drag Calder into the woods.
Yes. And Kel doesn't want to go.
All right, Gustav, you and me.
Well, we wouldn't want to take Kelda back. We're not putting him back. We already got him out of the woods once.
A couple of times,
well,
in fact.
It would be very dangerous to take 2K out off campus anywhere, given his dad is out now. So
Expendable people only into the woods. Got it.
Yeah. Let's go, Gustav.
Can we trick Rowan into going to the woods?
I think he's too much of a coward for that.
I was like, why would we do that?
We could tell him that there's
Not
a
to say you
girl
couldn't get
inside.
other people to go in, but I don't think Rowan is going to be a.
Maybe there's a potion or a drug that lowers people's resistance to possession. And then Poe can just drone pilot them out into the woods. And then, maybe they can get the mushrooms and stuff for us. Or maybe other things happen. Oh, well.
Sure, just ask Sammy for that potion.
Well, I was thinking more like a thing that I have to imagine that whatever's going on with Maisie and Silent is reducing some sort of natural protection against being possessed.
Who knows?
Maisie, have you ever been possessed by a crow before?
No.
Have you ever
Would you
been
like to
possessed by a
try?
raven before?
No.
Have you ever been possessed by a raven who is actually the transmuted form of an executioner?
Also, I've just never been possessed, period.
Would you know if you had? Are you possessed now?
I don't think so.
That's what a
This
possessed person would
is
say.
Bad. I need to leave.
All right. Cool. We'll end there for today. I'm SJ, our __ sidekick. This was Kids on Brooms. The next one is Saturday. I already forgot.
Yeah,
Yes.
the 29th.
Yes. Okay.
At 1 p.m.
Saturday
Central.
at 1 p.m. Central. Okay. Easy enough. We'll see if they do anything. If they do, it'll probably leave off on a cliffhanger for the next series. That's how we like to do things, anyways. Kels.
All right. I'm Misha _less_3 on Twitch, and I've been playing Kels, who's just realized that kids do drugs at school, and she's friends with one of them. Doesn't quite know what to do with this information. Well, two of them, actually. We're getting confirmation. The web is becoming complete. We're learning so much about the school and what
Kels
cool
is
people do.
Venturing out of naivety.
Don't forget Phineas's suspicions of Mateo, so that could be up to 3.
Yeah, well, I've gave subtle hints to Phineas to look into this before, but he has not mentioned anything that he's seen that is definitely indicative of this behavior that he's seen with his eyes. But that's fine. I'm getting there on my own. And with my new friend Z's help, who I'm probably about to confide a lot of stuff to help save my social life. Look forward to that one. All right, Tough.
All right, I am 98 Tough Love, Tough Torfelton, some other variety of nickname. I have been playing Maisie or Z, and yeah, Z's having a great time. Well, a good time and a bad time. Good time because actually these guys aren't bad to hang around with. Bad time because trying to get these guys to do anything that Sammy wants is like pulling teeth, and that's getting real rough for Z, who's just trying to get this done. So yeah, go Sin.
Hello, I am Sin or Sinful __ potato here on this Twitch platform. I stream occasionally. Also a variety streamer of sorts. Does cozy, creepy horror games. It's a mix. I've been playing Aspen, who is definitely gonna wake up at the crack of dawn the next day and be eagerly awaiting out in the common room with the broom for Amelia and be like, let's go ride and
then
fly.
remember that it's lunchtime that you're meeting with her.
No breakfast too.
Or before breakfast.
Oh,
yeah.
it was.
Or
Oh, it
before
was before
classes, yeah.
too. I thought it was just lunch. Okay. In which case, continue.
Yeah. It'd be so much fun flying with an older lady that's in the year or in the house. So many house points. So cool. Yeah. Gustav.
Hello, I'm Gustav. I have been playing Dwylek. Last session I lost 5 house points. This session I gained some, and I am now going out on a high. Phineas.
Yeah, and I'm 0. Uh, Phineas is a very moralistic creature, and all this moral ambiguity and plotting to do crime isn't sitting well with him. He's plotted to do crime before, but there was a good reason. All this plotting to do crime just to be mischievous is hard for him. He's a little bit like, but my lightsaber's blue. And what if it was red though? Right? It's a little bit, bad. And he's very aware that he has tried to set an example for Calder around the whole, like, don't fall to blood magic because it's convenient, even to save the lives of your friends. And Phineas can't abide hypocrisy. So he's struggling. Cool. Hey, well, thanks everyone for coming. Thanks for the banes and booms and all the chat and all that good stuff. And we should, thanks for those raid calls. We should say goodbye to our friends on YouTube, and then we'll come back and raid out. So yeah, bye everyone on YouTube. See you soon.